sports station, 96.5, The Fan.
Joint pain's awful when you're the person fighting through it, but I'm betting you aren't the only one affected by it. Maybe you love someone who struggles with joint pain, and you see it. You see what they don't say. You see what they've slowly stopped doing. It's July, and the days are long, and the light hangs around, and you want to be outside moving, playing, and living. But instead, you're sitting it out. Let's get your life back at QC Kinetics. That's what they do every single day. People who are stuck in that cycle of pain in their hips, knees, shoulders, and backs are finally stepping out of it with QC Kinetics. They offer regenerative treatments done right in the office. No surgery, no long recovery, and no putting your life on hold. Just real relief. So it's time for you to go see my friends over at QC Kinetics and get that free consultation. Call them at 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. Located off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone, 816-412-6299.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-619-3377. That's 800-619-3377. 800-619-3377.
Save even more during Pro Savings Days at Lowe's. Milo's Pro Rewards members save up to 20% on in-stock molding when you spend $250 or more. And save up to 20% on in-stock pre-hung interior doors when you buy 6 or more. Load up today on the materials you need and get the most out of Pro Savings Days. Members get more at Lowe's. Valid through 7/31 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. See Lowe's.com/terms for details. Subject to change.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Mac Maury, and I wanted to let you know that I've started a new social media series called Mac's Minute. Real original, right? It gets released every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on our station's Instagram and Twitter accounts, plus YouTube Shorts. I'll give you my best take in 60 seconds on the biggest stories in sports and Kansas City. Make sure to follow on Instagram and Twitter, and subscribe on YouTube. Watch Mac's Minute every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on our social media platforms. This is Kansas City's FM sports station, 96.5 The Fan.
Mac's Minute on Twitter and Instagram every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. 96.5 The Fan, KFNZ FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, and Odyssey Sports Station. Welcome into Fescoe and Dusty.
I mean, come on, guys. What are we doing here?
A show that, analytically, exists between 6 and 10 weekday mornings on Kansas City's only FM sports station, 96.5 The Fan.
Oh, buddy.
Live from the studios that brought you.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Here's Bob Fescoe and Dusty Likens.
Oh, yeah. A little taste of fall outside today. A little taste of fall. Fall until you ball. Ball till you fall. Lonzo Ball, Mellow Ball, and Lemon Jello Ball, Nixon 5.
There you go.
Okay. We're back.
We're back, baby. Yeah, it is fall for today and tomorrow, and then it's back to summer on Saturday. So,
yeah. Can't wait.
Hello, America.
Saturday's going to be a big day.
Big day.
Big day Saturday. Big day Saturday.
Woo.
Can I get there early and hang out in the groom's room?
No.
Okay. Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Don't even try. You're not part of the wedding
what
party.
What if I bring surf signs?
No.
No. I love you, though.
I'd do it for you.
Not a chance. Matt couldn't say no fast enough.
I mean, I wonder what's so secretive back there that you can't have a buddy go back there and pass out a few cocktails.
Yeah, it's his wedding party though, man. You let it fly, you let it hang, you let it do its thing, and that's his deal, man. That's his day. You know, you don't want Aunt Bertha ruining it. You sure as hell don't want Dusty ruining it either.
No, he wouldn't ruin it.
I was just saying, what would I be doing that ruins it?
No, you wouldn't ruin it at all.
You guys gonna have like prayer back there or something before?
No.
Huh? Sage?
No need for that, luckily.
You guys be beatboxing back there?
Of course.
Spitting bars? Yep, see, there it is.
There's always need for sage, my friend. There's always cleansing you can do at a house, at a doorway, at a stadium. You know, ever since we saged Arrowhead, it's been nothing but success for the Chiefs.
Remember Sage Rosenfels?
I do. He was not very good. No, he was not good at all. But a little white sage, man, that cleans the spirits out. You should do that to your home after your wedding, after you guys get married. Sage that whole house and get
I don't hate that idea.
The bad demons that are possibly
Start
there
fresh.
just out of there. Yeah, exactly. Right. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
It's a fresh start for you
Get
guys.
rid of the demons and add some semen. Expand your family.
Hello, America.
Yeah, man. So it is Mac's last day. He's off tomorrow because he's got a big weekend to plan for.
Yes.
And then we don't see
Lot
you
to
until,
do.
what, August 3rd? 4th? Okay.
Wow,
say-
August 4th. You're going to be gone most of
believe.
training camp. I just don't know how Binkley's taking this. I really don't, because by the time you get back, we'll probably already have preseason games in the book. Everybody will know Patrick Mahomes. The storylines will be finished. You might as well just stay out till September at this
Sounds
point.
good.
You know,
What are you, Aaron Donald?
just stay away till training camp's over, right?
No, he'll be championing the bit to get back.
No, I'll be excited to be back.
Yeah. I'm sure you will.
It'll be good to get away. It'll be great to come back. Yes.
That's what they always say, right? Yes, that's what they always like to say. So
juice all over the place.
This is my last opportunity to give you a little marital advice.
Yes.
Yeah, last opportunity. And I consulted my wife on this one because I'm like, I've been giving Mac all this marital advice always. She goes, you say the same thing all the time. I go, no, I didn't. We went through 3 or 4 different things. But this one I think is really good because this is something that we actually did and I enjoyed it. She said, tell him after the ceremony, when it's all said and done, as soon as the ceremony is over, you two go and spend 15 minutes alone, whether it's in a room, whether we took a car and went to Ted Drew's Custard because we got married in St. Louis. And so we got custard and sat in the car and just had, custard. And our photographer was with us because we loved her. Linda was her name. And she was outstanding. And you didn't really know that she was part of everything because that's how good she was,
That's
right?
a really good threesome.
And so if you can do that and spend like 15 minutes alone after you guys first get married and just kind of, hey, here we are. We finally made it. This is your moment. This is your 15 minutes to kind of decompress, kind of, take all things in and realize, hey, man, life has just changed. And, the next 15 minutes you're going to be by yourselves, but it's kind of a symbol of where you're going in life. And that person is going to be alongside you the entire way. And you realize right then and there, that's your person for life. There's nobody else, right? Like that's the person you guys chose to be with. And that's the person that's going to support you. And that's the person that's going to be with you. That's the person that's going to know your deepest, darkest secrets and all of that kind of stuff. So the 15 minutes alone, just kind of sit there and go, hey, we did this. And, and here we go. Just have that moment together. Whatever you say, whatever you do is up to you guys in that 15 minutes. But make sure you take that time and then you can go do the reception and all that kind of stuff and, have fun after
Party
that.
and
But
say hey to everybody. But have that moment. That makes sense. Yeah, it's important.
Just you two because
once the night
changes.
gets going, it's going to be none of that until the end, right?
Try to stay by her side, too, as much as possible. I say that, and, my wife and I, every time we go somewhere, it's like, all right, let's stay together, and immediately we get there, it's gone. You immediately, hey, how you doing? Boom, done, and you never see each other to the end of the night. And so your wedding day, make sure you're with her the entire time, too,
I tend to do that in social settings. Just start saying hi to everybody and then kind of forget. Yeah, so I need to do
Keep
that.
her on your arm,
yes.
interlock your arms and walk her around the room. It's her night as much as it is anybody's, if not
yes,
obviously more so than anybody else's. Again, it's not about you as much as it is about her. Girls dream, no matter who they are, they dream of their wedding day their entire childhood. They always do. I've got 2 daughters. I've got a wife. I know they've been planning this stuff forever. My sister was planning this stuff forever. I remember my sister had to do like a wedding thing in like 3rd grade, and she didn't have me as one of the groomsmen, and I lost my mind on her. How do you not have your brother in the wedding?
That's amazing.
Yeah, so
elementary school.
Yeah, so
Fescoe's pissed.
Yeah, they plan this stuff forever. So just make sure that she's having a wonderful day as well too.
Somebody in the text line says, "Sorry, Dusty, no green room activities before the wedding. I was almost late to the altar. I went downstairs in the church into the bathroom, aka the garage. Heard the wedding song start playing, indicating my future wife was going to be walking down the aisle. Had trouble finding the way up from the basement. I got there just in time, and the preacher looked at me like, "Where the hell have you been?" Somebody says, "Hey, Mac, I want to tell you something that you may already know. On your wedding day, take every opportunity to soak it all in throughout the day because it'll go by in a flash."
That's what we said. That was the first piece of advice I had for you was make sure you take it all in.
Take it in.
Because you'll get done at the end of the night and you go, I don't really remember much. It was such a blur. But make sure you take it all in and enjoy it.
Well, yeah, because I know this week's gone by very slow for
Has
me.
it really? Oh, Dusty and I looked at each other yesterday like, man, this week is going fast.
Yeah,
man.
for me, it's gone very slow, and so I know Saturday will be the exact opposite.
Yeah. Why has it gone slow for you?
No,
this
it'll
week?
go fast after 10 o'clock today.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just a lot of thinking, a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff happening. So it's just been slower for me.
See, that's where I would think it would be.
Looking forward to Saturday.
I think it would be a fast week because you have all of that going on. I would have expected you to come in here and go, I can't believe it's Thursday already. The week's gotten away from me. There's so much still to do. Oh my God, we're behind the 8 ball.
No, we're good now. I cleaned the whole house yesterday and the day before, so that was kind of my job. Picking up people tomorrow, that'll be today's kind of a more chill day. Tomorrow will be a lot.
Yeah, a lot.
Got to go to the venue. I got to take stuff. I got to take. Yeah, a bunch of stuff. Yeah.
Maybe I'll be fast as you.
Do you say clean the house? Are you keeping guests at your home?
Yes.
So clean the house, clear the drawers, mop the floors.
Yes, exactly. Cleaned every baseboard.
That was a bone of contention with my wife and I before our wedding because my mother's like, we're just going to, no, you're not staying with us. You're getting
It's
a
all
hotel.
of her friends. It's no family.
Okay.
It's all of her friends. Yeah. No. They
You
all
guys
have
do
their own
anything
spot
tonight,
to
like
stay.
hanging out, partying? I'll come by. I'm getting kicked out of that one too.
No, you won't
Okay.
get kicked out of that.
I mean, I had a short drive to work.
Yeah, I don't know what we're doing tonight. I think my dad's getting in town.
Yeah, but even still, friends, get a hotel room. This is your wedding day. You don't need the other voices.
Yeah, turn into Nick Saban.
Seriously,
showers
no.
in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
This is not a spa.
But seriously, like you don't want all those other voices in there. It just adds to the drama. It adds to the to everything that's going on. It adds to everybody getting ready. It adds to the anxiety. Like you need this to be a calm day. You don't need 25 people running around your house doing 17 different things, all trying to get into one shower.
Speaking of soaking in the moment.
Here's the 1-strike pitch. Swung on, hit in the air.
Ryan got the
Deep left center field and gone! Salvador Perez, number 317. And one Royals legend ties another.
What a day yesterday was. I know that I'm hard. Was fortunate enough to be out there and see that. His curtain call was great. Blew a kiss to his mom and his wife. He says later on in the locker room, someone asked, well, who was that directed to? He said, my mom. Without my mom, I'm nothing. What she sacrificed, what she did, what she's done. Salvador Perez has one hell of a moment yesterday as he ties George Brett with his 317th career home run as a Royal. They're off to Detroit for 4. You would think that he's going to do it elsewhere to break the record, but at least Kansas City in a putrid down season, you had something to look forward to, and I think that's what sports can do for people. In a season where you've lost 41 games and it hasn't gone your way. Now, again, 6-1 since the All-Star break or 5-1 since the All-Star break.
Competition has a lot to do with that.
Fair, but I mean, a sweep's a sweep. And, Salvador Perez does that, and that's something that, you can look back and be like, man, this season. But you know what happened on this season? Salvador Perez tied George Brett all-time in Kansas City in a powder blue jersey, and it's great to see. That was a really fun moment yesterday for Salvador Perez, especially the curtain call when everybody was on their feet chanting Salvi. It was cool to see a moment like that in a season that hasn't been so cool.
Yeah, absolutely. We talked about it at the beginning of the year. We thought maybe last year, if he played, exceptionally well, he would have had a chance last year. But it was 18 shy or whatever it was coming into this season, and so that was the big thing this year. Like that was one of the goals that we wanted to see happen: is see Salvador Perez tie and break George Brett's home run record, and he's going to do it. He got one more home run to go. He got 60 games or so left to accomplish one more home run. So I'm sure he will will beat George Brett and will take that mantle. And, I mean, I think what we did, we saw Salvi yesterday just kind of emerge as the second greatest Royal of all time. And there's no more debate on that, right? And I don't know that he'll ever be the greatest. I don't know that anybody will pass George Brett. It's going to be very difficult for anybody to pass George Brett, both team-wise and individual-wise, here in Kansas City as the greatest of all time. But yesterday, Salvador Perez, that dude solidified himself as the second greatest Royal of all time. And there's no debate right now for me where Salvador Perez ranks in Royals history. And you just hope he's able to finish his career here. As much as I'd like to see him go and be on the national stage for the last couple of months and maybe get a ring and have some fun doing all that, I still want Salvi to kind of finish his career here in Kansas City, and we can look at him in the same breath that we do with George Brett as a lifelong Royal, because you just don't get that much anymore in sports, right? Those lifelong guys, I'd love Salvador Perez to be that lifelong Royal.
Yeah, Vern had a really good postgame show yesterday as I was driving home from the K, and he had the question of, what does Salvador Perez mean to you? And he had a bunch of people call, and I know you guys haven't heard this. I heard it live. I texted JT Noah, who was producing yesterday. I said, please save this because Bob and Mac will love it.
Well, Vicky, what does Salvi mean to you?
He has meant everything to me. He has meant everything to me since George Brett is gone. I mean, he's gone.
He's not dead.
But
He's still around.
I wish, like everything, I could have been with Salvi today, because I could have done what I did with George Brett. Because I was at the podium at the World Series when George Brett was doing the acceptance speeches at the World Series. About 350,000 people there. He grabbed me. He kissed me. He grabbed me. I'm in all the old paper. I'm in all the papers because they called our paramedic unit because Willie Wilson's wife was going into labor, and they told me to stand right there next to the podium. And he grabbed me, kissed me. Oh, my God, I would have loved to have been by Salvi today just to hug him.
No, you wanted a kiss from Salvi, too, didn't you?
I don't need a kiss. I just need a hug. I don't need a kiss and any of that crazy, silly stuff. But George Brett was a little bit, had too many cocktails, and he stood there and grabbed me in front of the podium. There goes the star and everybody there. And that's part of why I love baseball so much, because they love the fans.
Yes, they do. No doubt.
And it was the best experience today for me.
Well,
I wish I'd have been there so I could have at least hugged him and said, God bless you and thank you for making me smile.
I'd go
because
out there.
He makes everyone smile. And he gives joy. And he gives peace of mind. There's not much you can say that anybody can do that except for Salvi. It is absolutely wonderful the way Salvi has been and given us back the joy that we have been lacking.
What a call. Incredible. I'm having cocktails with Vicky any day of the week.
Absolutely.
I want to see her kiss George. Now I got to look for that picture.
Yeah, it's in all the papers.
It's all the papers, yeah.
My
all of
only
them.
question is, do you disagree with any of that? Because his smile and joy. And two, how big was the cherry on that cigarette? We get back, we'll dive more into Salvador
That's
Perez.
a Virginia Slim, brother.
On 96.5 The Fan, you're home for Kansas City Sports.
Fescoe and Dusty.
Terry Hardy's is closed.
Well, that sucks.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you what, my friends over at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control will make your yard look awesome. I promise you that, because if they can take our yard from a pile of nothing and turn it into beautiful, lush green grass, they can do it for you as well. And I'm not exaggerating. Our lawn was awful. We could not figure this thing out for about a decade. We're looking at the yard. We're taking down trees. We're digging out roots. We're doing all this kind of stuff, and nothing is working. And so finally I said, you know what? We're going to go with Aspen Lawn and Pest Control, and they're going to take our yard and turn it into the best-looking yard on the block. We all need help with stuff in life, right? You can't do everything alone, so let Aspen come alongside and help you with your yard. And once they get that yard looking beautiful, have them put the mosquito dome over the top. That will keep all the mosquitoes, the pests, the ticks, the fleas, all of that out of your yard so you can enjoy it and your pets can enjoy it as well. Right now, Aspen's going to give you a free estimate and up to half off your first application when you mention this ad. So don't wait. Visit them now at aspenlawn.com. That's aspenlawn.com.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Hi, I'm Mitch Holtis, voice of the Chiefs. Be a part of history by attending Chiefs training camp in St. Joseph, Missouri this summer. See the Chiefs and make a St. Joe memory, whether it's touring one of the many museums, staying in a historic home turned bed and breakfast, experiencing quality dining and brewery options, hitting the River Bluff bike trails, or supporting a vibrant art scene. St. Joseph has something for everyone. Go to stjomo.com to view or download a free visitor guide and plan your trip. Produced in cooperation with Visit Missouri.
Conservative, family man, author of The Bald Plan to Reduce Property Taxes. Listen to Scott Schwab.
Property taxes are killing Kansans, but one day it hit me. BALD.
BALD stands for Better Affordable Living by Decreasing Property Taxes. And it's the only detailed plan. Schwab's BALD plan means voter approval for property tax hikes, refunds for unfair assessments, and tax relief for seniors and working families. Listen to Scott Schwab.
I focus on reducing taxes for Kansans. You should keep more. My BALD plan makes sure of it. When I'm governor, we'll get it done.
Finally, a governor with a good head on his shoulders. Author of the BALD plan to decrease property taxes. Conservative Republican Scott Schwab for governor. Visit scottschwab.com/bald to learn more. Paid for by Schwab for Governor, Jim Felter, Treasurer.
Listen up, guys. Think you know who's going yard today? FanDuel's giving you a free chance to prove your baseball expertise with Daily Dingers. Here's how it works. Make your pick on who's hitting a home run. And if you're right, you'll get a profit boost to use on your next bet for a shot at extra winnings. Now, when your favorite superstar knocks it out of the park, it'll feel that much sweeter. Daily Dingers is free to play, and you can lock in a pick every day of the MLB season. That's why FanDuel's the home for home runs. Ready to play your game? Make your first pick at FanDuel.com/local. That's FanDuel.com/local to play Daily Dingers and make your free pick on who's hitting a homer today. FanDuel is an official partner of the MLB and 96.5 The Fan. 21 in President, Missouri. No purchase necessary. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-329-1010. That's 1-800-329-1010. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-329-1010. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
At Farmers, our honesty is contagious.
Wait, am I going to catch honesty?
Well, when you're with Farmers, it's kind of inevitable.
Well, how long does it take to... I lied to you when you asked if I knew what a deductible was. I don't know my dad's birthday, and I thought umbrella policies were for rainstorms. Actual rainstorms. I have it, don't I?
You don't just have honesty.
You have Farmers. Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum.
Learn more at farmers.com. Underwritten by Farmers Truck or Fire Insurance Exchanges or Affiliate. Products not available in every state.
You don't have to carry everything on your own. Whether you're dealing with stress, anxiety, depression, substance use, or thoughts of suicide, talking to someone can help. And help is available 24/7 through the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. You can call or text 988 anytime to connect with a trained mental health professional. 988 is free, confidential, easy to remember, and available anytime, anywhere, to anyone. Call or text the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. No judgment, just help. Royals coverage sponsored by Renner Garage Door. Forward and back, RENNER.
Almost Andy Reid here. Summer heat can put your garage door to the test. Stay ahead of the game with a Renner Garage Door summer tune-up. Plus, get free repair or replacement quotes and $100 off a new garage door. Forward and back.
RENNER. Hey, it's Carter Jensen, and this is your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
On the Missouri side, 35 southbound from Missouri 152 into downtown is a 12-minute trip. I-70 westbound from 470 into downtown, 15 minutes. Kansas side 70 eastbound from 435 to 670 is an 11-minute drive. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Back at it on a Thursday. Ben Maller coming up a little bit later. Nate Taylor at 8:20 to join us as well, as there were some renderings. Did you guys hear why they kept it clear on top?
So God could watch the Chiefs play.
Nope. It's so they can still do the flyovers.
Yeah, the flyovers. Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
I thought that was really cool. That's awesome. That's how important the flyovers are to us. Yeah. And if you go inside and you don't have the ability to see, then what's the point of doing the flyover? But yeah, having the glass roof to allow you to see the flyover is really cool. Did you also notice who they had singing the anthem in the renderings?
I guess Swift.
No, General Wilson. And so they had him up there, and he retweeted. He goes, "This is the coolest thing ever. I'm featured in the renderings." So maybe he'll be the guy that opens the stadium when they open that new stadium over in Kansas. And I thought the renderings yesterday were pretty awesome. I think you combined a lot of the historic Arrowhead type features with a new stadium. It looks amazing, guys. It really does.
Yesterday, history was tied.
Here's the one-strike pitch. Swung on, hit in the air. Deep left center field, and gone! Salvador Perez, number 317. And one Royals legend ties another.
So Salvador Perez, 317 career home runs as a Royal. He is now tied for the lead. I believe I saw the top 5. I think it's Salvi, George, Sweeney, Amos Otis, and Carlos Beltran.
Maybe, yeah.
I think that was the last name. Carlos Beltran going to the Hall of Fame this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited to see because all the graphics have him in a Mets hat.
Yeah. That's where he's going in as.
Oh,
you don't choose; they choose for you. I think in that in baseball they choose for you. In football, you don't go in as anybody, but yourself. But in baseball, they choose it for you. But I know Greinke has told people and has said to folks he wants to go in as a Royal because the majority of his career was in Kansas City, and people will think no, it wasn't. But yeah, when you add up the years, the front end and the back end, the majority of his years were here in Kansas City. So I know he wants to go in as a member of the Kansas City Royals. Hopefully they allow that to happen, and he does wear that Royals hat. But when Salvi goes in, there's no debate. There's no question. He will be in as a member of the Kansas City Royals. And I know, look, I've heard, for a couple of years now, it's important for John Sherman, he says, to get another Royal in to that Hall of Fame because there's only one up there right now, and that's George. And so hopefully when Greinke goes in, he'll have the KC. And then obviously when Salvi goes in, 5 years, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. After he retires, he'll be wearing the Royals cap in Cooperstown.
And as far as every catcher in the Hall of Fame, he's only 8 home runs and 11 RBIs behind them from leading. He would be the leader in those stats.
It's like Piazza, Johnny Bench.
Yeah, I'd have to look up
the
names.
The only catcher that's ahead of him in home runs that's not in the Hall of Fame, I think, is Lance Parrish.
Okay.
I think that's who it was.
Pudge is ahead of him, I'm sure.
So he's got the Hall of Fame numbers, obviously. Yeah. He's got the World Championship. He's a World Series MVP. Like, there's nothing else. Yeah, there's nothing really else that Salvi has to do to get into, the Hall of Fame. That player right there, when you look at Salvador Perez, he screams Hall of Famer, right? And if you're too blinded and don't understand how good a player he is and you're a voter in Major League Baseball, then your vote should probably be taken away from you because that guy's done everything, and he's done it in a market that's never had an opportunity in this day and age of baseball to really win anything. He won a World Championship and was the captain of a World Championship team in the second smallest market in all of Major League Baseball, and they defied the odds. I mean, he is 1,000% a Hall of Famer.
I think the other thing before we get into like where he ranks all time, because I think we're all here unanimously that he's the second greatest Royal of all time.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I think the best thing I take away, because I thought Vern's saying yesterday was, what does Salvador Perez mean to you? And what Salvador Perez means to Dusty Likens is that he is a rare breed. And what I mean by that is he is a guy that is a all-star, well-known player, and he stayed in town his whole career. And you don't see that very often. Like, I remember when Cal Ripken retired, I think my dad was like, you're watching something that you're not going to see much anymore because these guys, they play for other teams. Like, that's just the way the game is. Back in the 70s and whatever, it was like, hey, guys played for one team their whole career. That was it. They never played anywhere else. And I know there's guys that did that, but the majority of guys that were good players, look at Mike Schmidt, never played anywhere else but Philadelphia, right? Guys that were great never jumped teams. Now, obviously, money has changed, so let's figure that out.
Right.
But like Salvador Perez did three things that I love athletes to do. One is, if you're great, be great. Like he was, always. Be a leader. Be somebody on your team that everybody knows they can go to, and then also be a major face in the community. And we all can say that Salvador Perez checks off those boxes. You go back to him playing wiffle ball with the kids in Lakewood or wherever it was in Lee Summit. You go back to, the hit in the wild card game. That's something that, like, I don't know, that's the pitch that he always swings and misses at. But for some reason in that moment, in that night, he got a hold of it and just put it right down the left field line. And Donaldson, who's a Gold Glove third baseman, just couldn't get it. And then he's the captain of your team. And he's, came on the scene as a young buck, and he's been here ever since. And he's got these accolades. And you think about it, 300 home runs, you're averaging 30 home runs in 10 years.
Yeah, I mean.
And, he did it all in Kansas City. He could have gone elsewhere. He's been here through the dog days. He's been here through the great days. And you think about these guys like Hosmer and Moose and Duffy and all these guys, Kane, that were on that team. They're no longer playing baseball. And yet here's Salvador Perez, the captain of the Royals, tying George Brett, the greatest Royal of all time, to be the second greatest solidified Royal of all time. There's no question about it. And I don't know why yesterday we had to have the conversation of, is Salvi considered maybe the greatest Royal of all time?
No.
I mean, again, we go back to those stats that you just, when you think about greatest, like George has 3 batting titles in 3 different decades.
Decades.
He's got 3,000 hits. He's got a World Series ring. He's got, all those accolades. And I think Bob and I were talking about it when he won his batting title in the 90s. He was hitting like 253 at the All-Star break and then went on a tear to hit like 400 in the second half and finished with the highest batting average in the league to get that Silver Slugger award. So, again, like, there's nothing wrong with being the second greatest when the greatest is one of the greatest baseball players to ever touch a diamond.
I mean, I've said before, and maybe a little hyperbole for folks, but I could make the case if I had to that George Brett is a top 5 baseball player of all time. And so when you're comparing Salvador Perez to one of the greatest of all time, yeah, you're not going to be like there's not going to be another quarterback that comes in here and is better than Patrick Mahomes, right? You can be maybe the second greatest quarterback in Chiefs history, but nobody's going to come in and do what Patrick Mahomes has done. And what George Brett did over the course of his career really is, it's unbelievable. I mean, the guy, like you said, 3 batting titles in 3 different decades, I think really sums up his career right there because nobody else is doing anything like that. And so, Salvi right now, no, he'll never be the greatest Royal of all time. I don't know that anybody will ever unseat George Brett as the greatest Royal of all time. And there's no, nothing wrong with being number 2 to one of the top, I believe, 5 baseball players in the history of the game. And so it's awesome to see that Salvi's up there in these conversations. And so you move forward and it's like, all right, who's the 3rd greatest Royal of all time? And for me, it's Alex Gordon, guys. I mean, he had one of the biggest hits, one of the biggest home runs, one of the biggest moments, and he didn't need the wind, when Alex Gordon knocked that one out of center field in game 1 of that World Series, saving Eric Hosmer and everybody else and their bacon and all that. And so I think Alex Gordon, because he was a lifer, he's a local guy, he's had some big moments here in Kansas City, I think he now goes down as the 3rd greatest Royal of all time. And that's a pretty good grouping right there at the top. You've got George Brett, you've got Salvador Perez, and you've got Alex Gordon as the 3 greatest players in franchise history. It's awesome. And it's awesome that 2 of them are current Royals, too. And we're not still going in the way back machine and looking for a half-assed second baseman to put on a list.
Yeah, you look at I have no argument with Gordo. he's got maybe the second biggest hit you mentioned in Royals history. I think the Salvador Perez wild card hit is, to me, the biggest in the
People
history.
may say George's home run off a goose in the upper tank at Yankee Stadium. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
that's
know.
a big one, but I mean, like, you think of significance, and I know that was a playoff game that George hit that home run in, but I mean, Salvador Perez doesn't hit that ball. You don't have the run. Maybe you don't have 15. Yeah. If Gordo doesn't hit that home run, you don't know if you win that series, right? I mean, that was Familia. That was like the big bad dude in that year, right?
Hell yeah, it was.
We had Wade Davis. They had Familia. It was like, who can get to their guy first? That was the narrative of that World Series. Who can get to their closer first? And then Gordon goes up there and hits an absolute piss missile to center field. And it's the statue is the statue. It'll be him pointing the finger to the bullpen and whatever. And Salvi's statue will be him splashing somebody with the bucket. But I mean, you think about it, the thing that's so cool about your top 3 Royals of all time is that they were all 3 lifers. Gordon never played anywhere else. Salvi's probably not going to play anywhere else. And Brett obviously never played anywhere else.
Right.
And that's something that's very special. Now, I'm sure that the top 3 players in a lot of franchises are lifers, but that is a very big indicator when you add those sort of accolades to what is the greatest Royal of all time or said team. And it's probably going to be, a guy like, I would assume Nolan Ryan is probably a lot of people's top 3 greatest Rangers of all time.
And probably top 3 greatest Astros of all time, too.
And he played for the Mets.
Hell,
the
maybe
Astros,
an
the
Angels.
I was saying he played for a ton of teams. But I mean, that's one example. But I think that's the thing. And, you look at a player that maybe could take over that spot, and that's Bobby Witt Jr. Now, Bobby Witt Jr. has a decision to make in 4 years because he has an opt-out of his contract and he can go elsewhere. Or if this season is like if this next season is like this season, then you might start seeing some real serious conversations of what teams might give up for Bobby Witt Jr. Couldn't be more happier for him to be injured right now during the All-Star or during the trade deadline because nobody's going to be like, I don't know. But slightly kidding. But no, I think that there is a chance that if Bobby Witt Jr. does stay with the Royals through the opt-out and continues to be and they just make him a Royal for life. Like maybe there's a chance he never gets to that situation and Mr. Sherman's like, all right, I got a stadium getting ready to open up. I got a business to run here. I'm just going to put all my investment chips in this guy and let him just stay here forever because I'm going to make sure he doesn't say no to money. Now, we haven't seen that very often in Royals history. We did see Bobby Witt Jr. get that contract that might have shocked a lot of people that they gave him a contract like that in our market that we've never seen before. But if Bobby Witt Jr. does do that, then he could surpass Salvador Perez, in my opinion, and Alex Gordon. But again, then your top 4 is George Brett, Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Alex Gordon. Cool with that.
And that's just as much up to the team and the franchise
for sure
as it is Bobby Witt Jr. Because the team put Salvador Perez, Alex Gordon, and of course George Brett in a situation where they could succeed.
Right.
Bobby Witt Jr. hasn't had that opportunity yet. He can only do what he can do. Individual stats won't get you on this list.
No, they absolutely will not. You have to have that team success, and you're right about that. The other guys, I mean, for a small period of time with Gordo and Salvi, but still they won a championship here in Kansas City, and it matters. And George, George went to 80 and 85 in their World Series, and they were a perennial playoff team year in and year out. And back in those days, it was so hard to make the playoffs in baseball because you had the East and the West, and that was it. You took the top 2 teams, and so if you didn't win the West or the East, you were out. There was no wild card. There was no other divisions or anything like that. So back in those days, the Royals were competing with some really good teams. The Angels were really good back then. The A's were really good back then, and those were all in the West. That was Western Division teams, that the Royals were facing off against every single year. And then you'd run into the Yankees in the playoffs all the time, and they were always a dynasty. And so, I think you're right, Mac. I think this is more about the Royals than it is about Bobby Witt Jr. This is the opportunity to opt out or to walk away. It's not up to Bobby Witt Jr. It's up to the Royals and how they assemble a team around Bobby Witt Jr. And it's not about a stadium. It's not about anything like that. It's about the players around him. Will the Royals give Bobby Witt the opportunity to win here in Kansas City? He's giving them the opportunity as that player to win here in Kansas City, but will the organization give him that opportunity? And if we start hearing about, we're stretched thin and the budget's tight, then I'm going to look at that Bobby Witt contract and I'm going to go, you probably shouldn't have signed him to that contract. That contract was good, but that contract can't prohibit you and hold you back from doing everything else that you need to make your roster better. And if that contract is hindering the overall roster, then it's a bad contract for the Kansas City Royals, because at the end of the day, it's about team success. And if one guy's contract is hindering the team's success, then you got to find a way to get out of that contract. I love the contract, not if it hinders what they can do for the other 25 guys on that roster. Because if you don't have those other 25 guys, Bobby Witt's going to be he's going to be a Mike Sweeney type of guy.
Yeah. I mean,
where you play great and your team doesn't have success.
Right. And then you brought up the question about stadium statues, because obviously you're going to have 2 new stadiums be built. I would assume that in the new Royals Stadium, you'll have George.
Yeah.
Do you have Ewing?
Yeah.
And Miss Kaufman
you
somewhere,
do.
right?
Absolutely. Yeah, you got to honor them, yeah.
You don't have Frank.
No.
But then you have Gordo and Salvi?
I think so. I absolutely. I think you move the George and the Ewing, the Kaufman statues over, right? You take those over with you, and then you add Salvi and you add Alex Gordon. I mean, like outside the left field gate, you got Alex Gordon with his finger in the air, right? Outside of the home plate gate, you got the Salvi splash. What a photo op that's going to be! If you got a statue of Salvi, I got goosebumps thinking about it. Doing the Salvi splash out in front of the home plate gate. You put George out there by third base. You can put the Kaufmans, where you think maybe they're out in center field looking over, the whole stadium, because it is still theirs, because of they're the team, the family that brought the Royals to Kansas City, and so you still honor them. So yeah, I think that's what you do. I would love that Salvi splash statue outside of the home plate gate.
Do you think at the new Chiefs Stadium, Lamar Hunt has a statue?
Absolutely. You move the one from the current stadium.
Do you think you put his son next to him?
Not yet.
Okay.
No, not yet. I think owners are different.
Okay.
Yeah. Owners are long, right? Players are hit it and quit it quick, compared to owners, right? Salvi plays 10 years, owners own for 100. So, no, I think you wait on Clark a little bit for that. And I think he would say the same thing, too. Yeah, this is, and the other thing, too, with Clark.
It's kind of eerie to be alive and see your statue.
Right.
So it's coming, huh?
Death is coming, yeah. But no, I think Clark is going to honor his father. And that's what he's always done throughout this entire process. It's all been about his dad. And so I don't think Clark's the guy that would want a statue of himself out there, because we're going to honor Lamar still. I mean, that's a beautiful statue in front of the Founders Club at Arrowhead right now. You take that, you move it out to the new stadium, and the Hall of Fame out there is going to be twice the size, I think, than it is right now. So you're really going to get the opportunity to tell the story and the history of the Chiefs and honor Lamar Hunt in the way that he should be honored, because as time moves on, and he's been gone 20 years, people start forgetting about how very instrumental Lamar Hunt is, not just with the Kansas City Chiefs, but in sports in general. Like, if it wasn't for Lamar Hunt, founding soccer and getting really into soccer many, many, many years ago, who knows where that sport is in the United States right now? Maybe we don't have the World Cup. And so Lamar Hunt, man, that guy deserves to be in just about every sports Hall of Fame that's out there, from football to soccer to tennis, because he was big with team tennis back in the 70s. There's so much about Lamar Hunt and that story that needs to be told. I'd dedicate a whole damn building to his history.
Yeah, because with the Chiefs, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, you got Mahomes, Kelsey, Derek Thomas, Lamar Hunt, Dawson.
Yeah.
Unless they're going to do the Ring of Honor.
Yeah, they'll have the Ring of Honor in there,
so they will probably have the statue.
But I think statue-wise, I mean, obviously Lamar gets a statue, but once all this thing is said and done, I mean, it's Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. I think there has to be.
Andy's got to have one.
You got to, right? You have to honor these guys. And I don't know how you do it. And I like the way that the Tigers have their outfield set up. They got a lot of statues in the outfield, and you can kind of walk through and see and tell the story and the history kind of their franchise by doing it that way. But these guys, once that new stadium opens, I would imagine from this current team, when we move into that new stadium, Mahomes is the only guy that's left, right? From all these guys that are currently on the roster, because what's that, 5 years from now, the life cycle in the NFL is 3.5 years. There may be a rookie or two that's
Simmons
still around.
Might be there.
Simmons, Josh Simmons will probably be there at that point. That's a good one. You hope so.
If that's his protector.
Yeah,
I mean, if he's getting older, you better keep that dude there.
Yeah, that's true. So maybe it's Mahomes, maybe it's Josh Simmons total from this whole team that goes into that new stadium. And then when that new stadium opens, you start to honor this generation of what we saw for the last 10 years out there at that new stadium, too.
For sure. Might be a statue of Mac Morey out there in the parking lot.
Mac's awesome.
Running routes.
That's right. Nah, but a pretty big day yesterday. Somebody says Saberhagen is their third greatest Royal.
No, that's a good one. Longevity, though, not a lot. That's the thing.
A lot of lists have Willie Wilson.
Yeah, Willie's another good one, too. Yeah.
Otis on a couple of lists.
Yeah, I don't think that, I don't know. I also don't think that like World Series necessarily makes you. Again, the top 3 in our list, all 3 have a ring, which I mean, obviously that's going to get the big draw. Because like Sweeney.
I mean, like Sweeney's in that category. Like he's one of the great of all time, but he doesn't have a ring. And so people don't look at him in that same kind of eye. And he was the captain of a team that was losing 100 games all the time, too. Not his fault. But, there goes the contract. They paid Sweeney $55 million, and they really didn't have any money to spend on anybody else.
Do you think people have Sweeney higher than Greinke?
Oh, I don't know. Probably, but...
I'd assume.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, you guys know more than I, but wouldn't that make sense?
Yeah, I would think so.
Greinke won a Cy Young. That's the biggest accolade he won here in Kansas City. But like the way he left, was not great. But he did finish his career here. Sweeney obviously stayed here, and then eventually went and played for a few other teams when they tried to give him a chance. But I don't know. It's a great day yesterday. Salvador Perez ties George Brett with 317. Hey, if you're not first, you're last. I was high as hell when I told you that, Ricky, but this time it's true. Everybody else is last to Kansas City when it comes to the ratings of the World Cup here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
You're listening to Bob Fescoe.
I'm surprised nobody punched him in the jaw yet.
And Dusty Likens.
He's a hoe, and I want that known.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you, my friends over at Park & Go want to make your airport experience so easy and seamless, and they do just that. Every time we use Park & Go and fly out of KCI, it's an unbelievable experience because it really starts before you get there. When you go to Park & Go, you know you're going to have all covered parking. But when you make your reservation at bookparkandgo.com, make sure you prepay so you save money. And that way it's taken care of. You got an all covered parking spot reserved for you to protect your car from all of the elements that could happen when you're out of town, and you've saved money. Then you show up on the day of your flight, you give them that reservation number, and they will direct you to that covered parking spot they have reserved for you. And you're taken to the airport immediately. And when you get back, don't worry about stressing over a bus. Just grab your bags, walk outside. The bus is there, jump on it, and it's right back to the trunk of your car. So do what we did and join their frequent Parker program and earn points towards free parking. Reserve your spot today at bookparkandgo.com. The best deals in parking. Bookparkandgo.com. Park & Go, family owned and operated.
Baseball fans, think you know who's hitting a home run today? Well, FanDuel is giving you a free chance to call your shot with daily dingers. Joining the action is easy. Just make sure your free pick on who's hitting a home run in their game. And if you're right, you're going to get a profit boost to use on your next bet for an extra chance at extra winnings. You've got nothing to lose and a lot to gain, and you can make a free pick every day of the baseball season. Just another reason why FanDuel is the home for home runs. Are you ready to play your game today? Well, join the action at FanDuel.com/local. One more time. That's FanDuel.com/local to play daily dingers and make your free pick on who's going yard. Swing for the fences on FanDuel, an official partner of Major League Baseball, and also 96.5 The Fan. 21 in President, Missouri. No purchase necessary. Opt-in required. Bonus issue with non-withdrawable profit boost. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, it's Brew, and I feel like everything in my life depends on being connected. Whether I'm uploading a video, hopping on a call before my show, or video chatting with my family back in Michigan, I never have to think about my Wi-Fi. And that's why Xfinity stands out. You get the most reliable, fiber-powered Wi-Fi with the best equipment at one price for 5 years guaranteed. No contracts or commitments. Plus, you can get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Use of fiber or coaxial cable. Learn more at xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi. Xfinity, imagine that.
When you've got real work to do, Metal Supermarkets will help you get it done fast. We've got a huge variety of metals in stock, and we cut to size fast. Bottom line, we get it done fast, so you get it done fast. Doesn't get easier than that. Metal Supermarkets, the convenience stores for metal. Find a store or buy online at metalsupermarkets.com.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more. USPS, official shipping sponsor of the NHL.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
On the Missouri side, inbound I-29 from 435 into downtown, about 15 minutes. Checking 435. You're moving at posted speeds or better all around the metro. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
All right, this is kind of an interesting story. It's out of Ford. Built Ford tough. 3 more Ford employees have been fired and rehired for stealing snacks that they actually paid for. Ford has confirmed that they are investigating issues with the food machines.
Jeez, man.
You're fired. Actually, we found out you paid for it. You're rehired. You going back?
No.
Somebody fired over a 6-pack of chocolate chip cookies?
Imagine that, right? You getting fired over something like that. But also,
$57 billion company.
Yeah.
Get bent.
Dude, are you kidding me?
But here's the thing on that. I'm not a thief. I don't like people who steal. Like, if you steal, you suck. I do believe in all of that. But if you're a company like that and you're firing somebody without doing your due diligence, if I'm the employee, I'm saying, wait a second here. You valued that package of cookies over my word? How do you view me as an employee? You valued somebody saying that I stole cookies.
Yeah, we're done.
Over my word? You're not taking my word. I've worked for you. Screw you, man. I'm
Chips
out.
Ahoy?
Yeah, right.
No,
exactly. Now I'm out. I'm out over something like that. That's where I would be mad at. You're not valuing me. You don't trust me. I've worked for you for 30 years, however long these guys have been working for Ford, and something malfunctioned, and you're firing us because of a malfunction. Yeah, screw you, man.
Oh,
Get
and
bent.
then Jake Paul's going to play football.
Dude, yeah, this guy's...
How about that?
For the Raiders?
Insane.
No, man. He says Jake Paul tells FOS, Front Office Sports, he has talked to, quote, a couple NFL teams and coaches.
I've talked to a couple NFL teams, too.
Who are interested in bringing him into the roster. There's a lot of mediocrity in the NFL, a lot of not good athletes.
Okay. Yeah, he needs to go away. I mean, it's
you know
enough.
what I'd love? I'd love him to catch cross pattern.
Yeah.
And Myles Garrett just kind of sit back.
Yeah.
How you doing,
Or
Jay?
anybody in the NFL. You're coming across the middle, man. I love somebody just to take him out. Oh, there's not a lot of good players in the NFL? Okay, pal.
Nothing screams idiocracy than getting your jaw broken live in front of millions and millions of the people's fans.
Yeah.
And then being like, you know what, I can play the NFL. No, dude.
No, you can't.
Can you go away?
If Aaron Donald decides not to come back, which he's going to, I would love for them to fight and Aaron Donald just to whip his ass. That'd be awesome.
I don't know. Hashtag YouTube. So numbers are in, results are there. Kansas City, number 1 overall in ratings in the entire World Cup.
Absolutely. Yep, absolutely. And that just continues to show our kind of level as a sports fandom in Kansas City, not just in Kansas City, but in the United States and now the world. The world is seeing what kind of sports city Kansas City really is.
And not only are we number 1, sorry, Bob, the gap between 1 and 2 is the same gap between 2 and 16.
Yeah, it's huge, right?
As far as the ratings for this. It's insane.
Yeah, it is. I mean, have sports we'll watch here in Kansas City. You put the game on TV, and we will be captivated by it. But, I mean, no one can touch us now. And I think the world actually knows that Kansas City is, people keep saying the soccer capital of America, and that's cute. We're the sports capital of America now. And I don't think there's anybody that's going to argue that. With the way that events are now going to be coming to Kansas City, with the renderings of the new stadium we saw, it really has cemented all of us to believe that we are now the number 1 sports destination in all of the United States. Women's only soccer facility, great men's soccer facility, 4 effing teams base camped here, in the Kansas City area. We have, the new football stadium going up, maybe a new baseball stadium, a world-class arena, all kinds of great things that are going on here in Kansas City right now from a sports standpoint. And we have the fans to back it up as well to consume these events. And I think the world was kind of put on notice, in the smallest city in World Cup history to be a host city may turn out to be the best host city and may market themselves and really benefit the most from everybody else out there. I think Kansas City is the biggest sole winner of this entire World Cup.
I think this is also one of those things like we could sit back and I know it sounds arrogant, but be like, we told you so.
Yeah, and that's another one. Yep.
And I think when you watch soccer in Kansas City, there's three things that come to mind. One, why am I watching soccer? That's one of those things because it must be a significant event. Two, when do they cut to the live shot of P&L? And three, when do they just show like all the people on the streets enjoying the World Cup? I mean, like Women's World Cup, they were nuts down there. The last several World Cups, as long as Power and Light's been going on with World Cups, it's been crazy down there. And you saw the ratings. Like people in Kansas City enjoy watching sports. It's a sports city. It doesn't matter if it's football, baseball, basketball, our team, their team, Super Bowl team. It's still going to draw numbers because of how passionate this town is for sports.
And it's also, too, it's what we have, right? We don't have the beach. We don't have the mountains. We don't have those things that a lot of other cities have, or South Beach or L.A. or New York or all that. Sports is our pastime. It's what we do. We'll consume the product because it's what we love. And I think people are now realizing that, when the Women's World Cup comes to America in 2031, it will be at the new Chiefs Stadium. When the Men's World Cup comes back in 2038, it will be at the new Chiefs Stadium. Final Fours will be on a rotational basis here in Kansas City. It'll be every fourth or fifth year now. We've got the Final Four. We're going to get to the point where we got the Final Four again. Oh my God! It's Super Bowl. We will be in the Super Bowl rotation right now because of the Hunt name and the location of our stadium and our city and where we are in the country. It's easy to get to right now. People love flying to Kansas City because it's only 2.5, 3 hours max from anywhere in the United States. And so now that we're centrally located, now that we're going to have the world-class stadium, we are going to see so many more events coming into Kansas City. Guys, the World Cup, I hate to say it like this, but that was just the beginning of what we're going to see now here in Kansas City.
Yeah, now we need an NBA team or an NHL team because people will go. Kansas City will watch. They will show up. They will go. If anyone tells me otherwise, I mean, just these numbers bear it out. We will watch sports. We will go support you. 1.955 is the average number of viewers per home during the World Cup nationally. This may not sound like a lot, but to put that in perspective, 1.685 is the number during the NFL regular season. There's other numbers there, too, as far as NFL versus the World Cup. 124.5 billion is the total number of World Cup minutes viewed on Fox, FS1, and Tubi. To put that in context, last year's NFL regular season, 113 billion minutes of viewing. More people were watching the World Cup per home, minutes viewing soccer in America. Beat the NFL regular season last year. But soccer can be big here.
It can be, but also keep in mind, this was a major once every 4-year event. This is not the norm. This is not going to be the norm, right? Like, when you start to compare normalcies, there's nothing normal that compares to the NFL. You just can't do it. So that's why we compare the World Cup to what the NFL does. Like, what the World Cup did in every 4-year event, we're talking about what the NFL does every single year.
But if I told you before the World Cup, hey, more people per home, 2 people per home are going to sit together and watch World Cup more than they will NFL, you'd say that's not true. And that happened. MLS now seeing a Now MLS seeing a massive increase in ticket sales from front office sports. 150% increase so far.
I wonder how much of that has to do with summer and a lot of people being home.
No, it's about the World Cup.
And about the World Cup.
It's the World Cup high.
Yeah, but it wasn't that big when it was in the fall. A couple of 4 years ago, it was not that way, and also being in the United States really gives it.
It's in the U.S.
Everybody in the United States felt like this was personal. They really did. Like, this is ours. We're going to own this. Like, the entire country owned this World Cup for the last 6 weeks, and I thought that was what was the cool thing about it. Is like this country really embraced the soccer and really embraced the event. But again, it's one of those every 4 years events, and as the memories of the World Cup begin to dissipate and they become distant and we roll into the fall, let's see where we are next year. Let's see how they capitalize it. And I want to give MLS a lot of credit. Their marketing campaign, "We'll take it from here," is genius. It is brilliant.
Great job.
It is wonderful by them. It's like, why didn't Major League Baseball do that immediately after the World Baseball Classic? Hey, we'll take this from here. Because everybody got into the World Baseball Classic.
Big numbers.
Where was the marketing of baseball during the World Baseball Classic and saying, hey, we got this from here. Don't forget about us. In a couple of weeks, we got the regular season starting. And I've seen billboards all around Kansas City. We're back August 1st, and it's Sporting KC. And so they're doing a really good job of trying to capitalize on the hype of the World Cup.
I think the other thing that, to wrap up this conversation, to give two sides of two different conversations here, I think a lot of the reasons why a lot of people locally watched is because this city does love soccer, whether you want to believe it or not. I know there's 9 people in the text on soccer stupid. Well, either way, you're outnumbered. The other part about it, too, is that I think a lot of people watched because you had Argentina here. You had Leo Messi here. Yeah. And they were playing on a stadium that you were like, you know what, I want to see what Arrowhead looks like as a soccer stadium. Now, I know you could be born in the 80s and 90s and say, well, the Wiz used to play there, and I've seen it. But again, like, these superstars playing on your field to be like, oh, this is like the stadium now that I watch every Sunday, Monday, Thursday, whatever it is, and I can see these guys play here, which lets me know that if this city has something that is tied to them, they attach to it like glue. And if you brought an NBA team here, I would love to see the spike in new acquired NBA fans. Now, there will be, like I said, there's always going to be a Debbie Downer. Be like, I don't care if we had an NBA team, I still wouldn't watch. Bull crap, right? Like that's
People
definitely
would watch more.
You would all of a sudden be like, okay, we have this person now. It would be gravitational pull-ish when it came to having like an NBA team here, or hell, even an NHL team here. Mac, you and I'd be at every game.
Oh, I'd love. Oh, absolutely. NHL games are fantastic.
I'd have a credential. I'd go cover it.
Yeah. I would try and become the post-game guy. I'd learn about hockey. Yeah.
Right. I'd try to learn more than 5 rules of hockey.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So congrats to Kansas City. You showed out. Great time to be alive watching that World Cup and actually get to experience, especially doing the Orange March, all that. I mean, there was, 25,000 people there?
Who knows? Yeah, just make up a number at this point, right?
Can't make this number up. 47 days until the NFL begins here on 96.5 The Fan. So we'll get into that question next here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Jack Caglione, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty. Weekday morning starting at 6 right here on 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you something. My friends over at QC Kinetics are saying, hey, surgery isn't your only option. Make sure that you take care of everything and get that second opinion from us at QC Kinetics. Because once a joint's replaced, there's no going back. And get a second opinion from QC Kinetics may be the best thing that you do. Whether you're dealing with pain from bone-on-bone arthritis, a torn meniscus, or years of wear and tear, surgery isn't the only conversation you need to be having. I want you to talk to QC Kinetics about how they use regenerative treatments to deliver relief to patients like you right here in Kansas City. They concentrate tiny healing tools within your body right in the spot that's actually causing the pain. And the whole idea is to give you a real shot at holding off surgery, or in some cases, avoiding it altogether. And that's why it makes sense to explore every option out there before making a decision that can change your life. Don't accept surgery as your only choice. Call QC Kinetics today for a second opinion and know your options. The conversation and consultation are totally free. Call 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. Off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone, 816-412-6299.
It's the summer sales event at Robside Ford. Your chance to upgrade without the stress. Robside joins me now. Rob, what's the offer?
0% financing, $0 down, and 0 payments for 90 days on nearly the entire Ford lineup.
That's a serious summer deal.
Sure is. And unlike your brisket last weekend, these deals aren't dry.
Okay, that's fair. These savings are definitely juicy.
And we're backing it up with 2 years of complimentary maintenance, a non-commissioned sales team, and top trade-in values.
No pressure. No gimmicks at Robside Ford. The way car buying should be.
We're Kansas City's top-rated Ford dealer. 4.8 stars, nearly 3,000 Google reviews, and a better experience from start to finish.
So skip the smoke and the dry meat. This summer, start at Robside Ford.
135th in State Line or robsighc.com. 0% financing, $0 down, 0 payments for 90 days, and 2 years of complimentary maintenance.
Robside Ford. Buy right. Drive happy. And next time, maybe stick to potato salad.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance. And now we're customizing this ad for your morning commute to wake you up, which could help your driving. Science says that stimulating the brain increases alertness. So here's a pop quiz. How many months have 28 days? What gets wetter as it dries? What has keys but can't open locks? If you don't want to hear the answers, turn off this Liberty Mutual ad now. 12 months, a towel, piano. Enjoy being fully alert.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have a health reminder from the CDC.
Pneumococcal vaccination is recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose. And millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
J. Rieger & Co. Straight Bourbon Whiskey, winner of Best Craft Bourbon at the 2025 Ascot Awards. At 90 proof, it's rich, well-balanced, and oh so good. Quality crafted in Kansas City. J. Rieger & Co. Oh, so good. Quality crafted in Kansas City.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
Kansas side, trouble on 435 with an accident south of Midland. Both directions affected. Southbound stacked up from before Shawnee Mission Parkway, with delays building quickly. Northbound very slow coming up from 79th Street. Just crawls as you get closer to this accident. Looks to be blocking the left lane. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Hey, it's Bobby Witt Jr., and you're listening to the home of the Royals, 96.5 The Fan.
KFNZ FM and AM, HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, an Odyssey Sports Station. This is Fescoe and Dusty.
I got Mahomes' balls in my hands.
On your home for Kansas City sports, 96.5 The Fan.
Oh, yeah, football.
From potholes to pop-ups, we got it covered.
Hey!
Here's Bob Fescoe.
Take a bite out of my ass.
And Dusty Likens.
Big nuts. Here we are, 7 o'clock on a Thursday. If you missed it yesterday, the renderings are out for the Kansas City Chiefs Stadium, a clear glass top, so you can see that B2 go over on the first game of the year. You can see the Chappas, the planes, all that. So that's still there. It looks like Arrowhead from the inside, looks like SoFi and Allegiant from the outside. Big day for the Chiefs yesterday as they get their renderings sent out to the public. And the drum deck will still be there. The Ring of Honor will be in there. And it does look like a futuristic Arrowhead. Like if you watch Back to the Future 1, you saw Arrowhead that they currently play at. If you watch Back to the Future 2, they're putting pizza in the microwave and it comes out as a full Pizza Hut pizza, and that's the new Arrowhead.
Yeah, I love the renderings yesterday. I thought they were spectacular. I didn't look at it and go, oh, I wish this would have happened or that would have happened. I thought they did a really good job of kind of keeping the old Arrowhead feel, if you will, from what we can gather from the pictures that were on there, but also incorporating, I think, a lot of the cool stuff for today. So you're kind of getting the outdoor experience without, Sean Barber texted the group yesterday. I know some people are complaining about the dome. He goes, look at it this way. It's one big suite for everybody to enjoy. And as fans, you'll enjoy those indoor games in December and a lot of playoff games in January. So you'll love the heck out of it.
I'll miss the weather games.
Yeah, I won't, but that's fine.
It's fine. Yeah, a lot of people will. A lot of people are traditionalists.
Yeah.
It is the way football's going, though, and I think it should be a game that's played in the elements. It's one of my favorite things about the game, and it is waving, and it's wavering away. So that is sad, but I'm extremely excited about the stadium. I will say, not to be a Debbie Downer, I'm excited about the renderings. They look awesome. I can't wait to see more realistic ones.
Of course, yeah.
You and I could have gone to ChatGPT and done this. Hey, make Arrowhead a dome.
Right.
It looks cool. It's great. I want to see it more realistic and actually what it's going to look like, because that's I mean, as we just to set the standard, that's not what it's going to look like, right?
Right.
That's an AI rendering that someone put
Well,
together.
no, I mean that's that mark of their company that they used to design. They hired designers and interviewed designers and paid designers, and designers came up with that. That's not an AI rendering of what they did. And so, if you want to say that, like, I think you're insulting people when you say you could have gone to AI and put that together. But I mean,
do it right now.
I'm sure you could, but
You
that's
could too, yeah.
But that's not what they did. And so, I think that is a little insulting to say to those designers that we're just doing that right now. And so, I liked it. I mean, I think it kept everything that everybody kind of wanted, though. I mean, and you're going to have 70,000. It's bigger than I thought it was going to be.
Way bigger. Only 3,000 seats lost.
Yeah, and you're still going to have 20,000 parking spots out there, which is the same amount that you currently have at Arrowhead right now. So you'll have less capacity, the same amount of parking, so nobody has to worry about that. Nobody has to worry about tailgating not being around and doing all of that kind of stuff, because that's all still, going to be the same. But, to your point about you like the elements, and look, I understand that, but we don't live in that kind of world. We live in a world of how can I use this stadium to maximize my revenue outside of the 10 NFL Sundays, Saturdays, Thursdays that I'm going to have, right? That's the way they look at these stadiums right now. They are venues that happen to host 8 NFL games or 9 NFL games or 10 NFL games, however many, it is during the course of the year. And then what are you going to use this venue for the other 355 days of the year? Because that's where they make their dough.
And I would connect that to the conversation we've had many, many times of the NFL killing its own product.
Maybe, but it sure doesn't seem that way when they generated $14.5 billion last year.
Oh, for sure.
Combined,
they're peaking right now.
Yeah, they're doing great things right now. Mm-hmm. And, I don't know, guys, like we talk about the fall of what's going to happen with the NFL, if it's ever going to fall. And every time we say, oh, this may happen, people still continue to consume and buy and watch and devour this league at an alarming rate. As long as people are having fun every Sunday watching this thing, I'm trying to think of like what could happen where this league ultimately does go belly up, unless they got rid of the salary cap and made it impossible for a team in Green Bay to compete. I mean, I just don't know anymore what could end this juggernaut that is the NFL.
I think the best thing about the renderings that came out yesterday is that everyone can have an opinion and nobody's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Because I am in the field of I would have loved to have an outdoor stadium. Now, again, I understand what Bob is saying over there when he says that, there's money to be made. It's a business. I understand that. But that doesn't mean that I can't express my emotions of what I like and what I wish I could have had, right? Like, if one day I get a new house, I'm going to walk in that house and be like, I wish this closet was a little bit bigger. I wish the cabinets didn't come out. I wish they did, something like that. I think that's what we have as a human nature and a democracy that we live in, is that, like, yes, I think that will be missed. I think the outside feel of what Arrowhead will be missed, because we've had it for however long, since 1969 or whatever it is. They've had that feel for it, and now you're going to walk in there, and it's like when you walk into your buddy's house who has a little bit more money than you, and you're like, wow, so this is what your kitchen looks like. Okay. I'm not used to this, You see all that sort of stuff. You're like, I had no idea.
Yeah.
And I think that is great, and I think that it is fun, and I think that we can also pump the brakes on what we think it's officially going to look like, because as Max said, this is a rendering of something that was created on the computer, which is from ideas of people. And then eventually there will be an actual drawn out blueprint of what it is. And then we will actually know what it officially will look like. Because I'm with some of the people, man. Like, I kind of do want the spirals. I kind of like that feel. I'm going to miss that going down the stadium inebriated, doing the Chiefs chant and booing the Bronco fan next to me and, all that sort of stuff. So I think that is fair to have conversations of what you wish you could see and what you don't get to see. And I think it's a great point from the text line. I'm really going to miss those crappy weather days with ticket prices plummeting.
I never thought about it from saying,
oh, it's going to be 25 degrees and a chance of snow. You want my ticket for free? Now it's like, I ain't giving up a ticket ever because I'm inside. It's 72 degrees. Yeah. That sucks.
Yeah, that is true. You're never going to give up your ticket.
Never going to a game again.
No, he never is. That's exactly right. Yeah.
That's always a drive topic with Robin Carrington. It's like, hey, Sunday's games projected to be 22 degrees with a chance of sleet. Are you going? And what would be the ticket price you would pay for? Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of people be like, oh, I'd pay $25 for that ticket. Okay, I wouldn't pay $5 for that ticket. So
and now, if it's a bad weather day, just show up closer to game time. Don't have to tailgate. Just go in, and you don't have to worry about sitting in the bad weather. Which it will be a nice fan experience. I know now we're like, oh, I love the elements, but that first game you go in December where you don't have to freeze your tail off. Like, let's ask Josh how he would feel on the sidelines of that stadium versus that Miami game.
Sure, yeah, but I mean, like, still, like, now that story is gone.
Gone. Yeah.
Like, now you can no longer be like, man, it was 1999 and it was 12 degrees outside and blah, blah, blah was playing quarterback and he couldn't feel his hands. Now it's going to be like, well, Princess walked in there, it's 72 degrees and, it was great and everybody's even now. And, like, we're done seeing the Patrick Mahomes turtleneck.
I mean, other than like, a place like Green Bay, the elements really have been taken out of the games. I mean, Buffalo did it as much as they could to take the elements out of the game. Still left a little hole up there
Chicago's
in the stadium.
Got it for now.
For now, but they're going to have a
no. They are going to do it.
Yeah,
okay.
because it's money. I mean, these again, like we have to get past the idea of this is about football
Tennessee's
because it's not.
Open?
No, it's a dome.
Okay.
It's a dome. That's how they're getting all the events down there.
Small dome.
Yeah,
small dome.
Yep, they're having a dome.
They'll have 20,000 less seats, I imagine, than Kansas City.
I wonder if I don't know about Denver, but if they're smart, they're putting a dome on that thing out in Denver. I haven't looked at that yet.
New England never puts a dome, right?
I would hope not.
Boy, Bob Kraft is still owning the team when they build the next new stadium. They may put a dome on top of that because he's looking now at all of these NFL cities that are getting all of this stuff because they do have the opportunity. Like these owners, man, you want to talk about envy. They envy each other. That's why they're all building these stadiums with these domes because they're all seeing how much everybody else is making when they have all the ancillary events other than football in these stadiums. And so I would imagine sooner rather than later, all these stadiums that are going to be new are all going to have a dome over top of them because they know how much extra money that they can make. And all the extra money that you make in your stadium in the NFL is yours to keep. It is not shared revenue. So they have 355 days where they can make money in that stadium that goes directly into their coffers. And that helps you when you need to sign free agents too and have to have that money on hand and that cash on hand to present a $65 million signing bonus to somebody.
Yeah, I think the dome only benefits concerts.
No, Final Four, Super Bowl.
No, I'm saying for me that I would enjoy. For if I'm going to something that I know that where I don't. I mean, I don't know if I'm ever going to go to a Final Four. Obviously that's a beneficial factor. But I'm saying when it comes to what we were talking about earlier about going to a game and being outside, that's gone.
Yeah.
Where it really doesn't affect me that much is hey, we're gonna go to this concert tonight. And if you go to let's say when I went to Luke Combs, it didn't rain, but let's say I had lawn seats and all that. And all of a sudden, a storm's coming through. It's dang it.
Yeah.
Now I got to wait. But now it's
you don't.
Hey, concert, I don't care if it rains, whatever. I'm going to be inside. And it might sound better.
Yeah, well, that's where the glass ceiling does concern me with the concert because we went and saw Morgan Wallen in Minnesota, and their whole stadium is glass. And the acoustics were ass. And they tried to put big drapes up to make the acoustics better. But, man, they were not good inside that stadium. So hopefully that's something that the Chiefs are cognizant of. And maybe with the glass ceiling, if you are doing a concert, you have some sort of drapery that does go over it that is thick that helps, with those acoustics when you have the concerts. And you mentioned bad weather. Think about that Billy Joel Fleetwood Mac concert everybody went to. And it was people were dying because it was so damn hot in that stadium. It was miserable at that concert. You won't have to have that anymore. You're going to have a nice concert in August and not have to worry about passing out.
Coming up next, it's Ben Maller, and then Mac Morey takes over with one word on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty, analytically the best morning radio show in Kansas City, as voted by people.
There's a lot of people talking out of their butt.
Fescoe and Dusty is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you what, guys. Heartland Men's Health is specializing in helping men right now overcome sexual health concerns with personalized treatment plans designed around their individual needs. The truth is, many men live with ED for years before seeking help, but you don't have to. For most men, effective treatment is available, and it's available right now. And it's available from my friends over at Heartland Men's Health. At Heartland Men's Health, they use advanced medical science to empower male performance with therapies that go far beyond the pills, and they have treatments with success rates well over 90%. Some treatments can even have you last an hour or more. So call them today and find out why their advanced treatment strategies offer so much more. Schedule a consult with Heartland Men's Health today. Your initial visit is $99 and includes a medical consult with a licensed medical provider, a T and PSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. Plus, they have an expert staff, and if you're like a lot of men, you could be having sex the day after your appointment. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit's free. They have 3 locations to serve you: Overland Park, Independence between Blue Springs and Lee Summit, and North Kansas City. So call them today, 844-447-6600, or visit heartlandmenshealth.com.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
What do parents think of back to school at Staples, where supplies start at just 25 cents?
Staples has the latest laptops with up to 40% savings.
I may hug the cashier.
So embarrassing.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
It's a wonderful time at Staples with up to 40% off select tech. Staples.
That was easy.
Visit Staples today or shop online and in the app. Ends 9/12. Exclusions apply.
It's Telly Tire and Auto Center summer sale. Buy 4 new Continental tires and save up to $350 with instant mail and rebates when you add installation, road hazard protection, and wheel alignment. Hurry, offer ends July 31st. Take it to Telly. Details at tellytire.com.
Snakes, zombies, public speaking. The list of fears is endless. But the real danger is in your hand when you're behind the wheel. Distracted driving is what's really scary and even deadly. Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Odyssey Sports is presented by ZipRecruiter. Find out why 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try it free at ZipRecruiter.com/team.
Did you hear? Allstate car insurance now costs even less. So when you bundle with home, you can save even more. Check Allstate first to bundle and save with a new lower auto rate. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings may vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
That refresh you've been putting off until the right deal came along? It's here! Wayfair's Black Friday and July sale is happening now, so you can finally get the style you've been waiting for less. Get up to 80% off area rugs and up to 60% off outdoor and bedroom furniture. Shop Wayfair's huge selection of styles and find the piece to fit your style, budget, and space. Plus, free shipping. Black Friday in July ends July 27th. Shop today at wayfair.com.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
When it comes to my policy, Farmers gives it to me straight, so there's no surprises.
It's your coverage. You should never be confused.
You hear that? An insurance provider with a conscience.
We're a choir, but yes, we have that too.
Straightforward coverage you can literally understand. That's what you get when
you have Farmers. Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum.
Learn more at farmers.com. Underwritten by Farmers Truck or Fire Insurance Exchanges or Affiliate. Products not available in every state.
By now, you've heard that Booth Creek Wagyu steaks and beef are the best tasting, most flavorful cuts you've ever had. And if you don't believe us, try it for free. Try Booth Creek Wagyu anytime at 95th and Knoll or 135th and Metcalf. Stop by our store and we'll prepare a free mouth-watering sample of your selected choice cut. Heart-healthy, low cholesterol, authentic American, full-blooded Wagyu steaks and beef. We know you'll love it as much as we do. Crafted for exceptional beginnings. Join the Booth Creek Wagyu revolution at boothcreekwagyu.com.
Hey, it's Seth Lugo, and this is your home for Royals Baseball, 96.5 The Fan.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
Kansas side, trouble on 435 with an accident south of Midland. Both directions affected. Southbound stacked up from before Shawnee Mission Parkway. Delays building quickly. Northbound very slow coming up from 79th Street. Just crawls as you get closer to this accident. Looks to be blocking the left lane. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
It is time to talk to our guy, Ben Maller of Fox Sports Radio. Of course, you can catch him overnights right here on 96.5 The Fan. And, Ben, we have made it. We're finally here. The start of football training camps are opening all over the United States of America. It's finally football season. How excited are you to get the pigskin back?
Hallelujah. So this is always the same thing every year, and it's great to be on with you guys again. Good to be back. And the thing is, you get so excited, and then you realize you still kind of have to wait. Yeah, there's going to be news every day, which is cool, and there'll be things to talk about. However, you really got to wait till September for the real main event. But at least there's stuff that's fresh every day, and you'll get kerfluffles with contracts where players are upset about their contract and things like that. And we're also going to get a lot of yakety yak guys that this guy's in the greatest shape. Oh, he really worked hard in the offseason. We were loaded up. I love those sorts, which we get in like spring training in baseball too. It's like this is a football version of all that. And we're a few days away, I believe, from Jerry Jones giving us the state of the NFL address at Cowboys camp, which is always a highlight of my training camp period.
Ben, I think what's awesome about this, though, is that the NFL sells hope better than anybody else. And you can go to any market right now, save maybe Arizona, and everybody's talking about if things break our way, we may have a shot this year.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, if you're only a couple of injured ankles and knees and arms away from elevating yourself up, like the team, who do you think is getting the most up? I would say, just a casual observation, the New York Giants. I feel like the Giants with Harbaugh there, that's going to be an it team. Plus, you have the New York media machine. But you are right. In general, like there is a path. You can use your GPS in the NFL as a fan to say, well, this guy plays over his ability a little bit, and the other guys go down. It's like ships passing in the night, which is cool. And it does actually happen. It's not like it never happens. Like we have seen some really bizarre stories in the NFL where teams that you thought aren't going to be very good, they make the playoffs and they win a playoff game, and so it actually does happen. It's not like it's completely pie in the sky.
When you look at this year's like NFL, obviously your team out there, the Rams, they're the big heavy favorites, Ben. Is there any word of Aaron Donald showing up shirtless, ready to start playing?
No, the debate from what I've heard is whether he wants to A, play the full year, or B, kind of wait and then be a late season addition. We used to call that the Roger Clemens when Roger joined the Yankees one year with like a month ago or 2 months ago in the season. So like he's got options. I think most people who are in the know believe that Donald has already decided he wants to play. The question is, does he want to deal with all the busybody stuff of training camp? Does he want to wait and be that addition and just make sure the Rams are actually as good as they're supposed to be and they're not frauds and they actually end up winning and have a great record and all that? So if those are the options. And then the money, people were making a big deal. I don't know if you guys saw this about the money. Donald still has like $30 million in salary in his contract. But as a salary cap truther, they don't have enough salary cap space for him. It doesn't matter. They'll just rework the contract. So I'm not really worried about that. But he's going to play. The main thing with the Rams to me, Dusty, is going to be this way, is Stafford. I can't believe he was healthy last year. That guy, at his age, with all the hits he's taken from his days with the Lions, like that's the thing. They don't have a backup. They don't have anybody as a backup. So it's pretty much
Ty Simpson. What are you talking about?
Like I said, they got nobody. All right, zero. You're better off, Dusty, playing quarterback for the Rams. So it's Stafford, and that's it. They got nothing.
I mean, they got a lot of expectations out there this year. I mean, this feels like to me like the Andy Reid teams at the end of his tenure in Philadelphia, where you kind of put that dream team together. The difference is he played in Philly where the fans care. The Rams can kind of fly under the radar out there in LA and not get the pressure from their fans. There's probably more outside pressure from LA than there is internal LA pressure.
What are you getting at, Bob? Are you saying there is a laissez-faire attitude about the sports world out here?
Just a tad. Just a tad.
Well, that's what happens when the NFL left for 30 years or whatever. You had a whole bunch of people grow up that loves when the Chiefs, you've seen it, when the Chiefs come to L.A., it might as well be Arrowhead. It's insane. And that's with pretty much every team. But, yeah, they've been lucky. They have succeeded in this environment, though, under Sean McVay. The year that they won, when they beat the Bengals in the Super Bowl that year, they were getting all the same hype. They added Odell Beckham. They had too many good players and all. And Beckham was still considered a good player at that time, and they did it. They won the championship. So they've like I feel like they're going to be in the playoffs no matter what, and they should be. That's the minimum bar in the playoffs. But I really, unless there's 7 or 8 injuries at key players, and obviously Stafford's the biggest, they're going to be good. Like, are they going to be great, or are they just going to be good? That's the question.
Yeah, I think if my memory serves me correct, Odell Beckham Jr. was on his way to be Super Bowl MVP that year. They beat the Bengals. He had a pretty big touchdown that game to start.
Oh yeah. He played well at the very start of the game. He was like their top playmaker. Stafford didn't play all that well at the start of that game, and then Beckham made a couple of big catches, and then he got hurt, and then obviously they still won. So
Ben, I have to ask. I watched Dateline NBC last night for the first time in many years, all because one of their featured stories is on baseball cards. So Topps Chrome came out with a new edition, and in this is the golden ticket, as one guy said that they interviewed, $5 million worth of a card of a Shohei Ohtani dual logo, dual auto of a big game that he had. And right now, there's a bounty out for that card for $250 million if you pull it or find it. Somebody will give you $2.5 million. They'll give that to you just right there. Won't even, as soon as you get it, you definitely don't do that, obviously. You put it to an auction.
Yeah.
Are you card chasing?
I am not. One of the guys I work with at the radio station is a huge card guy. Like he makes deals. He's on the prowl. I saw him the other night. I am not. Like he's the guy. He got upset with me because the Dodgers gave away, I don't even know what these cards are, the other day, and those were selling for like $1,000. A stadium giveaway. They were going for like $1,000 each. I don't get it. I collected cards, Dusty, when I was a kid. I have a whole garage filled with like cards from, when I'm getting older, but when I was younger, I don't get it. I don't have the time. I wish I had the time. If I had the time, Dusty, I would absolutely go out, and it's like free money. Why not?
Do you still have the bubble gum from those cards?
Oh, yeah. But no, my theory on this is if I wait long enough and getting older, like this stuff is really old now. Like if I wait a few more years, I'm in. The problem with the card, it's such a hustle. The card game, I was talking to my buddy who's very into trading cards. And he's like, if you really want to make money, and I have some stuff, I got lucky. I knew some people back in the day, and I got some stuff that's I think going to be pretty valuable. You have to get it verified and rated and all that. You have to send it out to this place. And they charge per item.
Oh, yeah.
It becomes a very expensive proposition, and I'm too cheap, Dusty. But I have some stuff. Like if I really get hard up for money or I need some money, I think I will possibly go down that road. But no, I've not done it yet.
What do you think, speaking of Ohtani and all that, this ESPN podcast could potentially do for Ohtani? I mean, do you think there is a chance that this comes out and all of a sudden now we are looking at Shohei Ohtani as the guy who really was involved in all this? And what are they going to do about it?
Well, first of all, I believe there's much more to the story than is out there. B, I don't believe that this podcast is going to expose it because I think baseball and ESPN are still in business with each other. So unless there's something there missing, generally the really good stuff doesn't get out. If you're a partner with Major League Baseball, that stuff's not going to get out. And the guy, Ohtani's guy, the Dodgers were in Philadelphia this week, and Ohtani's guy who took the hit is in a jail outside Philadelphia. He's still the guy that got blamed for everything. It would be fascinating if we actually did get the real story. In my head, I can't believe that Ohtani had no knowledge of the amount of money that was involved in this. I just don't buy it. And there's other people that, I'm sure you've heard the same stuff, Bob, that are around that also don't buy it. But it's one of those things. He's like such a big part of what this is. It's like my theory on Michael Jordan. I believe Jordan got suspended for gambling from the Bulls back in the day, and they made a deal for him to play baseball in Birmingham, Alabama, except that story didn't get out because Jordan was too big for the NBA. They had to come up with something else. And this one, if Ohtani was involved in the gambling, like this is great. They got the guy to take the fall for him, and he's hitting home runs, and he's going to be back pitching in a couple weeks for the Dodgers. So it's brilliant if they were able to pull this off. There's definitely more to the story. I don't think this is going to be the smoking gun, though.
So what you're saying is somewhere Brendan Sorsby's taking notes.
Yes, exactly. There's a lot of people saying, "Wait a minute! How do I get out of this?"
Hey, since we're in training camp mode, give me your preseason Super Bowl winner.
It is.
Well, I think you know who I believe. I'm going chalk. I'm going chalk. That's it. I want to see what happens. I'm more interested in whether the Chiefs. I feel like this is the year you're at a point of demarcation. Are the Chiefs back? Are they going to be a heavyweight again? Was that just a one-off last year? To me, that's more interesting. Like, the Rams are going to be good. Like, the Chiefs they could go either way. They got a lot of older players at key positions there. Are they going to bounce back? And is Andy Reid, if they don't bounce back, is this his last year? Like, to me, that's more interesting than the Rams, to see if the Chiefs can come back and Mahomes can get back that magic and win the games, like pull him out of his tuchus like the way he did for all those years. To me, that's more interesting. But I right now, if you gave me $1,000, I'm not going to make a lot of money on it, but I would take the Rams because they have the top roster. They have one of the top coaches in the NFL. So that would be where my money is.
Ben, we appreciate the time. Enjoy the weekend of starting to watch training camp unfold right before our eyes, and we'll talk to you again next week.
All right. Thanks, guys.
That is Ben Maller with Fox Sports Radio.
One word.
First name is Blake, and he goes on a cruise. Man, he goes on a Caribbean cruise.
Katie Holmes.
No. Ah!
Are you listening?
What's your least favorite thing about working with yourself?
Body odor. You get one word.
On the count of three, name your favorite dinosaur. 1, 2, 3. Velociraptor.
This is one word on Fescoe and Dusty.
1, 2, 3.
Oatmeal raisin.
That's right. It's a Thursday. One word brought to you by Maloney, Sandtrap, and The Landing. They're 3 great local spots. They've got delicious food, cold drinks, and TVs to watch all of your favorite sports teams. And all 3 have outdoor patio seating to enjoy the lovely summer nights. And on a Thursday, you can head out to The Landing and get an $8 cheeseburger and fries. They have happy hour from 3 to 7 and live music on the outdoor patio from 7 until 10. Out at The Landing, $8 cheeseburger and fries, happy hour 3 to 7 p.m., and live music on the outdoor patio from 7 to 10 p.m. Mac Morey?
That's a deal, baby. Love it over there at The Landing. 317, that's the number. Salvador Perez tying George
St. Patrick's
Brett.
Day.
There you go.
Luck of the Irish.
Luck of Salvi, and it ain't luck. It's just pure skill, pure greatness there. Now tied for the Royals lead all-time homers, and hopefully, or he will pass it this season now again. Tied at 317. A guy jumped into the fountain to get that ball, then was promptly arrested. This was audio of him walking by.
I've done it too.
I bet you would have, Carl.
I've done it too.
Hell yeah. And this
Hell yeah, Terry.
Hell yeah. And this is Salvador Perez commenting on that, saying, take him out of jail, guys.
Please, police. Just take out of the jail, please. Okay? And send him home. If I was him, I maybe jumped up and try to get that ball. So please, and thank you for the hard work and try to get that ball.
How about that one word?
Fun. That was fun. And I'm with Salvi. Let him go. No, you can't jump into the fountains at Kauffman Stadium. We've been through this, right? We remember Fountain Mom back in the day and all that kind of stuff. I mean,
I'd have bailed her out.
We'd have been through this already, guys. You don't jump into the fountain to retrieve the baseball or to wash.
My one word would be nutshell, because that audio, Salvador Perez, is Salvador Perez in a nutshell.
It really is, yeah.
Fun, knows the moment, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere, come on, policeman, take him out of jail. Let's send him home.
Please.
That's Salvador Perez in a nutshell. That's why he's so great.
Take him out of jail, please.
I don't think he stopped smiling in that locker room yesterday.
How
after the
could
game.
you, man?
It was big. The last question, I think, I asked him, I said, is this the best home run you ever hit? Well, no.
Yeah.
Smile.
Yes.
I was like, all right, perfect.
Yes.
And scene. Yeah.
But, I mean, think about it. What else does he have to accomplish as a member of the Royals? He's accomplished everything. He's going to end up as the all-time home run leader. He's won world championships. He's got a World Series MVP. He's been the face of a franchise for basically 20 years, pretty close. I mean, he debuted in 2011, guys. It's 2026, so almost an entire generation and a half, he's been the face of the franchise. He's the second greatest player in Royals history.
He's got 3 things to accomplish. 1 more home run and 2 jackets. One that is powder blue and one that is I don't know what color it is in Cooperstown.
Yeah, because there isn't one.
No.
Yeah.
So
well, he can control the Royals one will happen.
Yeah.
Right? Major League Baseball just doesn't get out of their own way, so I can't promise that.
You're right to say that. You absolutely are, because there are some dolts out there that vote in this whole thing.
And there are still people that say that he's not a Hall of Famer.
Who? I need names, and I'm serious. If we start to see people who are saying that Salvi isn't a Hall of Famer that are like alleged people, I want to know who they are, and I want to start calling them out, because those people, quite honestly, are stupid.
Yep.
You're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Expired.
Yeah, I mean, like, you're literally a moron wrapped in an idiot, topped with a jackass, if you don't think Salvador Perez is a Hall of Famer.
That might be the next menu on Maloney's.
Yeah. Maloney's like, hey, get me an idiot wrapped in a, whatever I said.
Wrapped in a moron.
Wrapped in a
topped
moron.
with a jackass. Yeah, I mean, that's the new rap at Maloney's. Like, that's something, though, that we need to make sure that, like, I don't want to sit here and go, is Salvi's a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's one of the greatest catchers of all time. He has 300-plus home runs as a catcher. He's won a world championship. Like, if you're not voting for Salvi for a Hall of Fame, you should be fired.
The greatest power-hitting catcher of the 21st century by statistics as well, and he will lead all of catchers in home runs when it's all said and done, more than likely.
How many is he behind the all-time lead for catchers?
Well, actually, maybe not all-time, because I think was it Yogi Berra? Is that it? All-time leader for catchers? I think
probably played for
393 or something.
393?
Home runs for catchers. Sorry, this is good radio, guys.
Yeah.
A 336 for Yogi Berra. My bad. Piazza, 399.
399 for Piazza.
So
God, if he could come back for one day and hit one more home run for Piazza, that sucks.
Yeah, 400.
Could you imagine that being right there?
Yeah, we were talking about all-time home run leaders for the Royals. Alex Gordon, 5th, and he's really only 7 or 8 from being 3rd all-time. So he was really close to being in that top 3. One-word stadium renderings yesterday for the Kansas City Chiefs. New stadium coming out in 5 years or so. One word on the renderings.
I want to say combination is the word I'm going to use, because it's a combination of the history with a combination of the new, and I really like it. I've enjoyed looking at those renderings. I can't wait to see, more and more of them and some of the features that we're going to be seeing inside of that stadium. But first go at it, man. I liked it a lot. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, new. That's my one word, new. More to come, but it looks nice. Looks new. Probably has that new car smell, too, when you walk in.
Yeah, it's a good start, for sure. Good start. Tyreek Hill on social media yesterday posting a video of him getting back into it. Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce both commented, Mahomes, keep going, brother, with a flex and a fire emoji. And Killa Trav with 4 cheetahs and 3 fire emojis. In that video, it's like 2 minutes. Him running around, him doing stuff. He does say, and I quote, I have no strength or power in my left leg. One word on Kelce Mahomes commenting on the Tyreek post.
Interesting, but that's their guy, right? You're going to root your guy on, and then you find out he's got no strength or power in his left leg, and well, he's got to get that before anybody's going to give him an opportunity to play on another team. And so I like the fact that they support their guy, but again, I'm still where I was all along, and I don't want him here.
Yeah, so 2 one words on both things. On Kelce Mahomes, support. 1 word on Tyreek Hill and the left leg thing, woof.
Yeah.
Buzz, your knee, woof.
Yeah.
No strength, man. Like, your legs are your strength.
Like, are you just dragging that leg, man? Like, that sucks.
Yeah, 2027 is my 1 word.
Yeah, there you go.
That's when he'll be a Chief.
By the time 2027 rolls around, what are we talking about from Yep. Is that somebody you even want around?
Then you're, a year and a half out of the league?
Yeah, that's a long time. By that point in time, you're thinking, maybe you should probably go do something else.
Aforementioned Patrick LaVon Mahomes just tweeted 12 minutes ago the clock emoji, quote tweeting Kansas City Chiefs next stop, St. Joe. 1 word on being 1 day away from players reporting to training camp.
Time. It's time. Everybody's ready for football. I mean, I've talked to so many people recently. They're ready for the start of this season. Based on what happened last year, based on the way that the Royals did nothing, everybody is ready for this start of the football season. I think people are going to be excited in a big way because it's revenge time. The revenge tour starts now.
My 1 word is, here. It's tomorrow they'll all be down there, and football for some will officially start tomorrow, fan-wise I'm talking about. And for the players, it's kind of that feeling to me where it's like this is one of the notches in the book where the summer is over. Because if the football players are back from their vacation and getting to work, we're all about to be in the same boat. So it's here.
Yeah, the Giants are already at training camp. This released a couple days ago. I couldn't get it in yesterday. So this is John Harbaugh's speech to his new team, the New York Giants.
Welcome, man. Good to see everybody here. You excited?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, a little nervous?
Nope.
Huh? A little nervous? A little nervous, man. Nervous? Excited nervous, you know? Nervous like you're full of game almost. Amazing. Give this thing kick off. I'm standing up here in front of the New York Giants. The New York Giants. This is a New York Giants sitting in this room. The New York Giants. Wow. It's an honor. It's an honor to stand in front of this room right now. And I know those coaches back there feel the same way, right, coaches? Sir. It's an honor, man.
Oh, this is brutal.
We've been working, haven't we? We've been working early and we're late getting ready for today. Today. Sitting in this chair, this seat, getting to work, getting started, our beginning. Because this is where it all begins, together.
One word.
I want to see what other teams release. And how they're, because everybody's like, oh, nobody's like cheering and yelling. I don't ever remember a training camp. Like, go back and watch the Clark Hunt one from 2 years ago where he was like, we're going to revenge. Nobody's saying anything.
Yeah. Owners it's tough. I mean, it's more rare. I mean, the James Dolan speech is very rare and viral because an owner getting teams hype is crazy. A coach not doing it, man, and forget the reaction. Just one word on what he was saying. Cringe. I'll take it.
Yeah, it's because that's not the word I want to use.
Flat.
Little kid is kind of what I want to use. Like, and I'm using that as two words, but I feel like just based on since the time he was hired, he's kind of in awe of coaching one of the most storied NFL franchises. And he's trying to bring that to the players who look at the Giants of the last 10 years and look at it as a complete and total utter, mess that's been around there. And I think he's trying to convey his excitement for being the coach of a franchise that's been one of the founding franchises in this league. And, I don't know. Again, I want to see what other coaches do, and I want to see the reaction because I don't ever remember a team meeting where the players are cheering and things like that. I'll wait and see what we have from other coaches. I can't wait to see what Andy's is like.
Giants, help us, God. Great movie. I thought that was Joe Biden. Here's the thing, we're going to go out to the Giants, right? The Jets. It's typical Harbaugh, right? He even dropped the brothers today. Either way, good for them. Did Scam Cataboo? Did he do a backflip after Harbaugh couldn't get him that hyped up?
No,
like Fanatics Fest couldn't? Oh man, it's 2 day. Whatever. It's 2 day. I don't know. We'll see. Anybody but Dallas wins that division, I'm okay with it. That's how I feel. That is one word brought to you by Maloney's, Sandtrap, and the Landing. 3 great local spots. All have delicious food, cold drinks, and TVs to watch all your favorite sports teams, and all come with outdoor patio seating to have a lovely summer evening. And today, Thursday, at the Landing, $8 cheeseburgers and fries, happy hours from 3 to 7, and live music on their outdoor patio from 7 until 10. Coming up next, we get to Smash or Pass here on 96.5 The Fan, brought to you by Booth Creek Wagyu, Casey's Best Steaks, now served at 2 locations, 95th and Nall, 135th at Metcalf, Shawnee Mission Ford as well. On a mission to do more. Online at Shawnee Mission Ford. It's Smash or Pass next on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Smash. Good morning, Kansas City. It's Carter Jensen, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty, weekday mornings starting at 6, right here on 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
Hey, the summer's rolling along, and that means the heat's going to stay there, which means you need to cool down with a Surfside. You know what I'm talking about. You go out to the K, you're watching the game, 0 bubbles, 0 troubles in your hand with a Surfside. Grab a delicious Surfside today. It's only 100 calories, and the best part is 0 bubbles. That means there's 0 troubles. So it's easy to sip and enjoy while you're at the game or hanging at the tailgate. Also, ask for Surfsides at your local bar and liquor store and grab it at the game. You must be 21 years of age. Please drink responsibly.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance. And now we're customizing this ad for your morning commute to wake you up, which could help your driving. Science says that stimulating the brain increases alertness. So here's a pop quiz. How many months have 28 days? What gets wetter as it dries? What has keys but can't open locks? If you don't want to hear the answers, turn off this Liberty Mutual ad now. 12 months, a towel, piano. Enjoy being fully alert.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's a Lawman, 3-time DUI award-winning attorney in Kansas City. You wanted results? Here you go. First-degree murder charge, dismissed. Felony DUI, dismissed. Felony to misdemeanor, multiple. Felony jury trial, not guilty. Call the Lawman, 816-816-9111. Take it away.
The Lawman gets results. Call the Lawman. Let the fight begin.
Voted by Pitch and Casey Magazine. The choice of a lawyer shouldn't be based on advertisements.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
I built this business the old-fashioned way. Hard work and a whole lot of spreadsheets.
Yeah, about that, I upgraded us to Odoo. Odoo puts everything we need, sales, inventory, accounting, on one connected platform. No more juggling systems, no more headaches.
So it all works together?
Exactly.
Odoo is the all-in-one business software that makes running and passing on a business easier than ever. Take your business into the next generation. Try Odoo free at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
When you've got real work to do, Metal Supermarkets will help you get it done fast. With a huge variety of metals in stock, we can help no matter what job comes your way. And all it takes is a few clicks. We make buying metal online easy so you can spend less time shopping and more time getting things done. Metal Supermarkets, the convenience stores for metal. Place an order online today at metalsupermarkets.com.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more. USPS, official shipping sponsor of the NHL.
What do parents think of back to school at Staples, where 24-pack Crayola crayons are just 50 cents?
Staples has folders, notebooks, and pens at great prices.
I'm smiling from ear to ear.
It's the most wonderful time.
Mom, I missed the bus of the year.
It's a wonderful time at Staples, where school supplies start at just 25 cents. Staples. That was easy. Visit your local Staples today or shop online and in the app. Ends 9/12. Exclusions apply.
You don't have to carry everything on your own. Whether you're dealing with stress, anxiety, depression, substance use, or thoughts of suicide, talking to someone can help. And help is available 24/7 through the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. You can call or text 988 anytime to connect with a trained mental health professional. 988 is free, confidential, easy to remember, and available anytime, anywhere, to anyone. Call or text the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. No judgment, just help.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
Kansas side, 435 both directions with an accident in the construction zone around Midland. Southbound stacked up from about Wood End. Much of that is stop and go, stop and wait. Heading northbound, pretty stacked up as well from 87th Street up to Midland. Both directions very slow, and this should be avoided. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Back in on Fescoe and Dusty, Mac Morey, Bob Fescoe, Dusty Liggins, all with you here. When you hear this drop,
no birds.
You want to be caller number 5. You'll have a chance to get a $50 Booth Creek Wagyu gift card from Mac when you hear.
No birds.
You got to tell Mac, hey, Mac, good luck on your wedding. Number 2, I really think you should reconsider letting Dusty in the groom's room. I'm kidding. Number 1, tell Mac, congrats on getting married. Number 2, enjoy Hawaii. And number 3, Mac, you're awesome.
Mac's
Those are the
awesome.
3 things you got to say to Mac. You'll get a $50 gift card if you're caller number 5 on Smash or Pass. Brought to you by Booth Creek Wagyu, Casey's Best Steaks, now with 2 locations, 95th and Knoll, 135th and Metcalf, and also Shawnee Mission Ford on a mission to do more online at ShawneeMissionFord.com. Bob, do you have a question?
Yeah, let me do the Smash or Pass. I want to see if you guys would smash or pass this event that took place 50 years ago tonight, okay? An epic storm sends the 42nd and final edition of the Chicago College All-Star Game between the College All-Stars and the reigning Super Bowl champion Pittsburgh Steelers. With Pittsburgh ahead 24-0, officials permanently suspend the contest with 1:22 remaining in the third due to nasty conditions and subsequent fan pandemonium that ensues at Soldier Field. Would you smash or pass a game tonight featuring the Super Bowl champions against the College All-Stars?
Pass.
I think I would pass, too. Those College All-Stars would get wrecked.
Destroyed.
Yeah.
No, just for their health alone, I'm passing. That is dangerous.
I mean, this is 50 years ago, and the Steelers were up 24-0 over the College All-Stars. Yeah. The drastic, change of athlete to the pros in college today is so much bigger than it was back then.
You think?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I would disagree.
Yeah.
I would say the juxtaposition isn't as wide as it used to, or is less wide than it used to be.
Maybe, honestly, though, Mac, it's really the same, just in a different way.
Both have upgraded.
Both have upgraded in a big way, maybe.
That makes sense. Yeah, I can believe that.
Because back then, neither were doing anything in the offseason and, all that kind of stuff. So maybe we're still on the same level. It's just all elevated a little bit. But no, I still think either way, the College All-Stars would get wrecked by the Super Bowl champs.
Yeah,
but what an idea, huh? And it went for 42 years before they put a stop to that.
Well, that's why when everybody always tells you, do you think said horrible NFL team could beat best college football team? Yes.
Of course.
Absolutely. Look at Myles Garrett on the Browns. If they were the worst team, Myles Garrett on the Browns versus the starting left tackle for the Indiana Hoosiers.
No chance.
Game, set, match.
Starting offensive line.
Yeah, it's over.
Yeah.
It's done.
It's done.
56-0. You're not scoring.
Yeah.
You may not get past midfield.
I don't think the Cardinals could beat out. No, they would crush Alabama.
No, it wouldn't be fun.
Right.
No, we did sports takes last week that make you walk away and just wave your hand up. That was one of Logan's.
What's that? That the worst NFL team could beat the best college teams?
That the best college team could beat the worst NFL team. That's a sports take that makes you walk away.
Oh, he didn't think that could happen.
Of course, it can happen. Yeah. The best college team could not beat the NFL team, is what we're saying. Yes.
Yeah.
It's a sports take that makes you walk away and go, stop talking to me, please.
Yeah.
I'm done.
All right, smash or pass here. Someone on this current Royals roster will pass Salvador Perez's home run record.
Pass.
Okay.
I will pass.
No faith in Carter and Cags being here for long term.
It's not faith in them. It's faith in the organization.
Fair?
Yeah, and I'm with you on there too, Mac. It's not faith in them. 317 home runs is still a lot. But, yeah, I'm with you. The faith in the organization is waning at this point.
Listening to Vern's On Deck show yesterday, remember how great Bo Jackson is? Carter Jensen will probably pass him for most home runs by a rookie.
That's why I've been telling people all along, like, Bo Jackson is a bigger figment of our imagination than what he really was. The aura of what Bo could have done, is still greater than actually what he accomplished. I mean, it sucks that he had that injury.
I believe Carlos Beltran and Bo Jackson both hit 22 in their rookie seasons as a Royal. Carter Jensen, I believe, has 14 or 15 home runs. Jadeveon Clowney, smash or pass on this?
Smash. Yeah, I'd take that in a heartbeat.
Almost smashed his face to the microphone.
Yeah.
So
Did you just belch into the microphone because you're satisfied after smashing that?
Yeah.
I thought it was off.
There it is.
His last year was 1 year, $3.4 million. I mean, this is an easy smash. There's literally no reason not to do this.
It's a no harm move, really, right?
Yeah, they have 4 edge rushers, and one of them is Felix Anunduke-Uzama, the biggest bust probably in this. One of the biggest busts in franchise history. So yes, get Jadeveon Clowney here immediately.
And nobody's topping that quarterback. They took at 83, Todd Blackledge.
Yes, I got you. No, that's why I stopped myself.
Smash or pass. Remember the documentary we watched? The last game? Or not the last game.
Gosh,
I'm already forgetting it. He's going to be so
Chiefs
mad at me.
basketball.
Oh, yeah. The Chiefs basketball game.
Why are we forgetting this? We just had him on. Oh, man. Either way, you remember it was the Chiefs players that pick up basketball game. Smash or pass. The lost game. The lost game today, Chiefs roster, Royals roster. Smash or pass.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, I'd smash that. Yeah, I think that'd be fun.
Big
Absolutely.
time smash.
Yeah.
Big time smash.
I was more thinking real quick who would win. I think the Chiefs would probably win.
Well, who's your starting five for the Royals?
I have no
Bobby
idea.
Witt Jr.
Bobby's on there.
The best athlete on the team.
Bobby's there. I think you have to have Cags with his size
Height.
down low.
Yep.
I bet Carter's an athlete.
Sure.
Vinny's probably your coach.
Yeah, Vinny's on the sidelines.
Yeah. Good sub. Vinny, good 5-minute guy.
If Kyle, like I'm counting everyone healthy.
Isn't there a guy like a Tolbert or something on this team that pitches?
Well, he can if you're getting beat 19-2.
When we're getting destroyed. Yeah. Tolbert for his speed, and then maybe Kyle Isbell. I'm counting him being healthy.
Don't leave out the pitchers. They're all
that's what I was trying to.
6'5",
like
6'6".
Walk and Lugo would be good basketball
Lugo's
players.
an athlete.
Yeah, Lugo played every sport.
They would just get ran around. Is
it'd
my
be
problem.
terrible.
Yeah, they're 36.
Smash or pass, Juan Thornhill joining the Chiefs. There are rumors.
From who?
Himself.
Yeah, he just posted a big video of
what did he
him
say
back on the Chiefs. It's a TikTok video, just highlights of him on the Chiefs and stuff like that.
I remember when we first got him, Mitch thought he would be a Ring of Honor type guy.
Mm-hmm.
And never lived up to that. I mean, if you need some depth, maybe at safety, but like if you sign Juan Thornhill and they go, that's it, we're winning the Super Bowl. No, but
sounds like Bobby Betts is passing.
Yeah,
big pass,
yeah,
big time pass. We've added a lot of safeties in that room.
This goes basically for you guys, not doing your job, just as a fan, going up to St. Joe and watching a practice.
Yeah, smash.
Yeah,
absolutely. I encourage fathers to take their sons and daughters up there. It's a great bonding moment. My dad took me to Giants camp all the time. It's how I fell in love with the NFL.
It's a real easy drive.
Yeah.
You go north, you take an exit to the right, you go up an on-ramp, you take a left, you take a left, you take a right, boom,
you're there. It is so simple. It is so easy. And
it's over at noon. Like, you're out of there by noon.
By 10:30.
Yeah.
11 o'clock. You go to lunch, you're home by pool time.
I highly suggest. I'm with you.
Absolutely.
That's a great point. I think a lot of people should go up there. A lot of people. Take your kids.
You only got a couple more years to do it, and then it's going to be a completely different ball game once they move into their own facility.
And it's really the only way to humanize with these athletes at the time of the season because they're all there. They're there. They don't really have anything to look forward to for the season. They're not in grind mode as per se for like the next opponent. So yeah, definitely do it, man.
And they love it too. They love the opportunity to kind of take a break and sign the autographs and be with the fans. And you see it all the time. Security's always pulling guys away. All right, it's time for you to go. They're like, hey, we're hanging with the fans. No, I highly encourage that. It will be one of the best things you do with your kid.
I don't know about you, Mac. You smashing on a practice up at St. Joe? Just going up there.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
I don't know if your girls have done this. It's a pretty big trend going on right now. Been going on for a little bit. Kool-Aid pickled fruit.
Have not done that yet, no.
So you pour, obviously, different Kool-Aid flavors in a jar, and then you can put, like, pineapple and all of them to sit for, like, 24 hours, and then you try the fruit with the said Kool-Aid and see how it tastes.
Yeah, I'd pass on that. I'm not a Kool-Aid guy.
Yeah, big time smash. I keep seeing these.
Yeah,
really want to try.
Yeah.
Really want to try it. Yes.
So do it. What's holding? You're an adult.
He's got a wedding coming up. Hey, honey,
been a little busy, Bob.
Before we do any more planning, let me do this pickled fruit.
You don't have time to make a Kool-Aid and put some pineapple in it? That's easy to do.
Panthers got new renderings.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome. Big time smash.
Stadium or uniforms?
Stadium.
Oh, they're getting a new stadium,
dome
too.
or no dome?
No dome.
Wow.
Okay. That is smash or pass. Don't forget.
No birds.
Call number 5. Call Mac Morey. Tell him that you're excited. Congratulations on getting married. Say, hey, Mac, enjoy your honeymoon. And also, Mac's awesome.
Mac's awesome.
And that is Smash or Pass, brought to you by Booth Creek Wagyu.
No parking at Carolina.
Booth Creek Wagyu, Casey's Best Steaks, now with 2 locations, 95th and Nolan, 135th at Metcalf. Also, Shawnee Mission Ford, on a mission to do more. Online at ShawneeMissionFord.com. Coming up next, we talk a little bit more about Salvi here. And you always want to see emotion from your manager? By God, you got it yesterday, whether you like it or not. Here on 96.5 The Fan, you're home for the Royals.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty, brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 2 Tune in to hear Royals insider Josh Vernier every Monday at 8:20
Professor Vernier sitting up here, bloviating.
on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you, my friends over at QC Kinetics are saying, hey, it is time for you to get a second opinion. You know what? If you have joint pain and they hurt every single day and you've been told you need surgery, well, think about this. Once a joint's replaced, there's no going back. So I want you to do your homework and get that second opinion before you schedule surgery. Consider talking to my friends over at QC Kinetics. Whether you're dealing with pain from bone-on-bone arthritis, a torn meniscus, or years of wear and tear, surgery isn't the only conversation you need to have. Talk to QC Kinetics about how they use regenerative treatments to deliver relief to patients like you right here in KC. They concentrate tiny healing tools within your body right in the spot that's actually causing the pain. And the whole idea is to give you a real shot at holding off surgery, or in some cases, just avoiding it altogether. That's why it makes sense to get that second opinion. Don't just accept surgery as your only choice. Call QC Kinetics today for that second opinion. 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. Off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone. 816-412-6299.
Hey, it's Brew, and I feel like everything in my life depends on being connected. Whether I'm uploading a video, hopping on a call before my show, or video chatting with my family back in Michigan, I never have to think about my Wi-Fi. And that's why Xfinity stands out. You get the most reliable, fiber-powered Wi-Fi with the best equipment at one price for 5 years guaranteed. No contracts or commitments. Plus, you can get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Use of fiber or coaxial cable. Learn more at xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi. Xfinity, imagine that.
You've got a big day, so you use Unstoppable Scent Boosters to give your laundry non-stop freshness. So no matter how long the day goes, you
can't stop this power, this walk, this pose, this strut, this look, this talk.
Your clothes will be so fresh you can confidently strut into that end of the day meeting like a
bosses. Let's talk business in my office.
Add new Unstoppable beads to your wash for 24-hour non-stop freshness, so you can smell unstoppable.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hard-working partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
And Doug. Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons. And lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen. And oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live. And you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
Kansas side, 435, still long delays southbound. You hit the slowdowns at Wood End and stays very slow down past Shawnee Mission Parkway. Earlier accident at Midland built those delays. Northbound also still pretty heavy coming up from 87th Street. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
This is your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan. KFNZ FM and AM HD1 and HD2 Kansas City. An Odyssey Sports Station. Welcome into Fescoe and Dusty.
I mean, come on, guys. What are we doing here?
A show that, analytically, exists between 6 and 10 weekday mornings on Kansas City's only FM sports station, 96.5 The Fan.
Oh, buddy.
Live from the studios that brought you.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Here's Bob Fescoe and Dusty Likens.
Back at it here on 96.5 The Fan. Big day yesterday for the Kansas City Royals organization as Salvador Perez ties George Brett all time for Royals home run record at 317. Something you love to see and something you love to hear is the guy himself, Ryan Lefevre, who's been here the entire time Salvador Perez has been here, gets to share the moment as well.
Here's the one-strike pitch. Swung on, hit in the air. Deep left center field, and gone! Salvador Perez, number 317. And one Royals legend ties another.
You know, it's interesting when you hear that call because it is Ryan. And as you mentioned, Ryan's on the call. And I go back to 14 and 15, and basically all of the big moments ended up in Ryan's innings, right? And I find it to be baseball in a nutshell, Dusty, because Denny has clearly passed the torch to Ryan, right? Mm-hmm. We all know that as, you know, hey, Ryan, this is your moment. What he said to him in 15 when the Royals were getting ready to clinch, and Ryan looked at Denny and said, do you want the inning? And Denny goes, I've had the inning. This is your time right now, right? And it's almost like that is carried forward because Ryan doesn't do a lot of radio games anymore. The only time that Ryan does radio games is when they are home, because he gets the opportunity to be with Denny. And Denny and Ryan together in the booth is just second to none. And so having that game at home yesterday in an inning as well that Ryan was calling is also kind of just subliminally like, hey, man, we've also taken the next step. Ryan now is going to be that guy once Denny officially passes that torch, whether it's when they move into the new stadium or whenever it is, that, you know, Ryan will be remembered as that guy because he's kind of documented all the recent moments and Denny has all the past moments. And I think that's really cool. I mean, you don't get that kind of stuff in other sports.
No, and I hope Ryan does it as long as Denny does.
Yeah, I do too.
Those two guys forever.
Suero delivers.
Oh, that's not
what?
It. I thought that was the
Suero.
I thought that was the hit that he had against the A's. And I
heard of him.
Suero delivers.
Suero delivers. Salvi rips it left center field.
Yeah, that's not the wild card game, but
Suero. That's what we bleep out, right? All the Sueros that we put on the air.
Wander Suero.
Yeah. But from Suero,
never heard of him.
But from Suero to Cotrero, there's a lot of people out there that aren't happy with the way the team has been, and they blame the general manager, they blame the manager himself. Yep. And one of the biggest complaints I hear from a lot of people is that he's just robotic. He's very even keel, steady Eddie, no emotion. Not yesterday.
You know what he does, the way he goes about it, the passion he plays with the game, you know, it's unrivaled. You know, the guy's a Hall of Famer, and you're getting to witness it. I'm sorry.
That's cool.
And sitting in that press conference yesterday, you kind of knew something like this was going to happen. So we're all sitting there, and he walks in, he sits down, he goes, you know, kind of out of Cotrero's normal characteristics, says, so you want to talk Salvi? And everyone's like, yeah, whatever. And then that's the start of it. He goes, hey, I'm just going to let you know I'm going to get emotional. And whether you want to make fun of it or not, you're Richard. I don't care what you say.
No, you don't make fun of that.
People will. I don't even have the text on open right now, but somebody will. But you want to talk about somebody who doesn't show emotion and someone who is what a lot of people say a motionless manager. He went into the locker room before and spoke to the team and was emotional with them there. And then he comes to the press conference where all this, you know, blowhards and think we know everything are going to talk and ask questions about Salvi. And he lets you know right away, like, hey, this is going to be emotional for me because, one, he's never been part of a milestone.
Yeah.
You know, we asked him that Wednesday on the air. We're like, hey, have you ever seen anything like it? No, I haven't. And you can even go back further to the season when it started. And Cotrero says, we're giving Salvi a day. And Salvi tweets out for the first time in I don't know how long, I didn't need a day. And you're like, oh, what's the relationship like? And then you hear,
you know, what he does, the way he goes about it, the passion he plays with the game, you know, it's unrivaled. You know, the guy's a Hall of Famer, and you're getting to witness it. I'm sorry.
And hearing the guys in the locker room, I think Vinny spoke, Lugo spoke yesterday, obviously Sal spoke, and Vinny was like, you know, he's the first car you see in the parking lot is Salvador Perez's truck. And you know, we talk about all the time when it comes to like what Salvador Perez means to this team, and sometimes it's infuriating, right? Like Vinny jokes all the time, and he said in his locker room interview yesterday, he's like, you know, sometimes Sal like, hey man, take a day, man. I'd like to play some first base today, you know, whatever, joking. And then he's like, you know, but then I want to play, so I'm just like Salvador Perez, and all these things that people have. And what's crazy is you have this team that has a lot of young talent and a lot of older talent, and how Salvador Perez meshes both of those together. And also being like, I would say bilingual. Like he's got better English throughout his career, but he's also able to clearly speak fluent Spanish. So he's got both sides of the locker room, and that's how a lot of locker rooms are in baseball. You have your leader on the Spanish side, and you have your leader on the English speaking side. It's just always been the way it's been. And that's why Hosmer is so great, because he could do both. Right. And he connected with both sides of that locker room.
Yep.
And, kind of just feeling that, like seeing how happy everyone, because let's be honest, season has been great. But that was something where I think that like Salvador Perez doing that, and then hearing everybody's phone calls calling to Vern, where I thought one guy that called in said, he grew up watching George Brett, and his dad's the one that got him into baseball, and was like, hey, this George Brett guy's really good. And then as he said, as he got older, they started gravitating towards Salvador Perez. And the guy says on the phone line, this is getting me goosebumps. He tells Vern on the phone line, he goes, I called my dad and said, Salvador Perez just tied George Brett's record. As I was listening on the radio, my dad told me, yeah, I was listening to the exact same thing. Yeah. How cool is this? And they both just had that moment. And I think Salvador Perez has a moment for every single Royals fan out there. And I think there are some people that might have gotten emotional yesterday. I mean, Salvador Perez comes out, does a curtain call, the whole crowd's chanting Salvi. He blows a kiss to his wife and his mother, and he goes on in the post game and talks about how his mother was so influential to him and how she fought and gave him everything he could just for her to have this moment as well. And it just tells you that sometimes sports are bigger than the sport itself. And that's what yesterday was. And I think that's what Salvador Perez is he is 100% a Mount Rushmore to me in Kansas City history. Yeah. He's 100% a legend in this city beyond baseball because of what he does and what he embodies. And he just ties the greatest Royal of all time in George Brett with 317 home runs. They hit a 4-game series in Detroit where he will probably surpass it in the next coming days.
Well, and that's why, too, when everybody sits around and complains about Salvador Perez this year, I always look back, I go, you got to look at the greater good of what Salvador Perez has been and meant to this team, because Salvador Perez was the first of all of these guys to come up from the minor league system that started this run that we saw in 14 and 15 culminate with a world championship. Salvador Perez also always took under market value every single time that he did a contract. Every time he signed a contract and we had Dayton on, Josh would go, are you making eye contact with Salvi yet? Or are you hiding and running the other way so he doesn't realize that he is underpaid? And that's the beauty also of Salvador Perez. He could have left here a number of times and taken bigger contracts, but the Royals always made him a fair offer, and he always took the offer, and he always stayed here in Kansas City. And that's why when I hear people say it's time to get rid of Salvi and he needs to move on and all this kind of stuff, I have a hard time with that because of what he's meant. And that's where I am in my life right now. I'm more of a nostalgia guy and remembering what people did than anything else, and realizing the impact that Salvador Perez has had on this organization and the impact that he's had on kids. I guarantee you every kid knows Salvi right now. They would probably name Bobby, ask him to name a third Royal, and you're looking at blank faces. And I remember my kids. That was the first player that they kind of fell in love with. Salvi. He resonates with kids. He resonates with younger adults. He resonates with older adults. He is the perfect player. And that's why Salvador Perez should always be here in Kansas City, because of what he means to the organization. I'm not going to say he's bigger than the organization, because no players are. But with where this organization is and, the lack of success that this organization has had basically over the last 40 years, Salvador Perez is one of the biggest faces that people can identify with and will go down maybe as the ultimate fan favorite when it comes to Royals players. I don't know that there's a player out there in the history of this franchise that is a bigger fan favorite than Salvador Perez is.
No doubt about it. Sal Perez ties George Brett's record with 317 home runs for a Kansas City Royal. That number will probably be surpassed in the next few days. They go and play a Detroit team who is also in the same boat as Kansas City, looking to sell. Coming up, I want to do something before we get to Nate Taylor, because Allen versus Mahomes, is there another comparison in sports? I might have had a good one, but I don't know. We'll also ask Nate Taylor about it as well. Here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for the Kansas City Chiefs.
This is Fescoe and Dusty.
Brett Veach has the most underrated chest I've ever seen.
On your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan. Fescoe and Dusty is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
One contractor, all things parking lot.
That's who they are over at Gann Asphalt and Concrete, a locally owned and operated company who is ready to take on that project for you. Whether it be commercial paving services, asphalt services, or any large-scale project. The first thing a client sees about your business is the parking lot, and Gann Asphalt and Concrete is ready to make sure it gives the right first impression. Trust a locally owned and operated company who is ready to do that work for you. Give them a call, 816-688-3512, or check them out at GannAsphalt.com.
By now, you've heard that Booth Creek Wagyu steaks and beef are the best tasting, most flavorful cuts you've ever had. And if you don't believe us, try it for free. Try Booth Creek Wagyu anytime at 95th and Knoll or 135th and Metcalf. Stop by our store and we'll prepare a free mouth-watering sample of your selected choice cut. Heart-healthy, low-cholesterol, authentic American, full-blooded Wagyu steaks and beef. We know you'll love it as much as we do. Crafted for exceptional beginnings. Join the Booth Creek Wagyu revolution at boothcreekwagyu.com.
Conservative, family man, author of The Bald Plan to Reduce Property Taxes. Listen to Scott Schwab.
Property taxes are killing Kansans, but one day it hit me. BALD.
BALD stands for Better Affordable Living by Decreasing Property Taxes. And it's the only detailed plan. Schwab's BALD plan means voter approval for property tax hikes, refunds for unfair assessments, and tax relief for seniors and working families. Listen to Scott Schwab.
I focus on reducing taxes for Kansans. You should keep more. My BALD plan makes sure of it. When I'm governor, we'll get it done.
Finally, a governor with a good head on his shoulders. Author of the BALD Plan to Decrease Property Taxes. Conservative Republican Scott Schwab for governor. Visit scottschwab.com/bald to learn more. Paid for by Schwab for Governor, Jim Felter, Treasurer.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55 plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important. Trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, ta-da! If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it.
Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of Essentials Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence Data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
This is the story of the one. The one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
While the world watches the stars at the FIFA World Cup this summer, Hyundai has its eyes on the next generation of talent. The future stars who are already turning heads at age 14. Because next doesn't wait for an invitation, and neither do we. Hyundai has always moved the future within reach. We did it when we made advanced safety standard on every vehicle and engineered EVs with ultra-fast charging capability. Because the future isn't some far-off concept. It's already here. Next starts now. Hyundai, an official partner of FIFA.
Men, when addressing the problem of erectile dysfunction, you want the right treatment for your specific medical situation because every case is different, and finding the right treatment can mean the difference between just an okay experience and an amazing one. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and at our practices, we offer the full range of ED treatment protocols and can even combine therapies to help make those intimate moments special both for you and your partner. At Heartland Men's Health, we take great pride in providing excellent care and treatment options for ED. Our medical providers specialize in men's sexual health and understand that no 2 cases are alike, which means you'll get the right treatment for you based on sound medical evaluation and appropriate applications of medical therapies. Plus, we offer treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, which means if you're like most men, you'll get your sex life back. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99. It includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. We have 3 offices, Overland Park, Independence, and North Kansas City.
Hey, it's Vinny Pasquantino, and you're listening to the home of the Royals, 96.5 The Fan.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
Kansas side, 435 southbound, moving better. Johnson Drive down to Midland. That's your only real slow spot. Those long delays have unwound. Earlier accident has cleared. Across downtown, 670 eastbound, very heavy from the state line over to 71. Trouble 71 southbound at the 22nd Street exit has built delays back on the freeway. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
He's the only man in history to win a race in a hot dog costume and break national NFL news.
It's Baby Ralphie.
Here's Nate Taylor from ESPN with Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
That's right, 96.5 The Fan on a Thursday morning. Happy Thursday to all of you in Kansas City. Thanks for listening. Mac Morey, Bob Fescoe, Dusty Likens. Mac gets married in just a few days.
Few hours.
We're
in the hours countdown now for this one.
Will you cry?
No. Well, I don't know.
Because you know Mac personally. Like,
yeah.
I didn't cry at Nathan's.
Yeah. I always kind of get like a little choked up at weddings.
Yeah.
You know, you do because it's normal, I guess,
No doubt. But Mac asked us a question in the doc, and I know Nate Taylor's on the line, so I know he can listen to this and hear this. He said, what's the player comp for Mahomes and Allen where a guy is better in the regular season statistically but doesn't touch him when it matters? I came up with Tiger and Phil in like the late 90s, early 2000s. Phil could win a couple tournaments here and there on the tour, was kind of the second best golfer behind Tiger. But when a major came up, Phil, you don't stand a chance. It didn't matter. Like you might have won the Heritage Classic, but when it was the Masters, it was like, okay, Tiger Woods is just going to run away with it or something like that. And I don't know if there is another one.
To me, I mean, like, I hate that. Maybe it's the Jeter A-Rod comp, where, A-Rod puts up all these gaudy numbers, but in the postseason, who do you want playing shortstop? You want Derek Jeter because he's going to make the intangible plays, the magical plays that aren't supposed to be made. And that's where Patrick Mahomes comes in all of this because somebody put out a list yesterday of the highest passing success rate percentage-wise against playoff teams since 1978. Patrick Mahomes is the only quarterback since 1978 to have a completion percentage of over 50% against playoff teams at 51.2%. Peyton Manning's number 2 at 49.3%. Nobody else is completing over 50% of their passes against the best teams in the NFL since 1978. It's magical.
Now joined by Nate Taylor of ESPN. Nate, is that a fair one? Tiger and Phil in the late 90s, early 2000s compared to Allen and Mahomes when, regular season, postseason stuff?
Yeah, I was listening and in my head I was like, oh, that's an actually pretty nice one. I have a cross-gender comparison, fellas. I don't know if you guys are ready for this, but what immediately comes to mind is we all knew when the sport changed in tennis when the Williams sisters came aboard and really swept. It was like, hey, Lindsay Davenport, great champion. Holy smokes, there's Venus Williams. And then we're like, wait, she's got another one? She's got a sister who's better in Serena? I think the Josh Allen comparison to this is when Maria Sharapova came along and people figured, oh, this should be the counter to what the Williams sisters present in terms of grace, power, athleticism of a certain height. And then in any Grand Slam tournament that mattered, basically throughout the course of their career, and I would always equate the Grand Slams, the French Open, the Australian Open, Wimbledon, and the U.S. Open to the NFL playoffs. Maria Sharapova never beat Serena Williams. And so, yeah, Maria Sharapova, going to be in the Hall of Fame. She is in the Hall of Fame. One of the greatest tennis players of her generation. But she ain't the greatest of all time. And that is what is occurring with Josh Allen, where I'm going to have to tell kids a lot younger, years from now, they're like, man, Randall Cunningham was incredible, guys. But, Jim Kelly made the Super Bowl 4 straight times, and Troy Aikman won 3 Super Bowl titles, and Steve Young, Brett Favre, and I get the sense that either Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen is going to weirdly be in that Randall Cunningham, Warren Moon discussion where nah, man, you had to be there. That dude was incredible, but also he didn't get to the Super Bowl, or his team didn't win the Super Bowl. So Maria Sharapova always comes to mind, where I'm like, yeah, has all the physical gifts, has all the tools, just not the better player.
Yeah,
I love that, Nate.
Yeah, that's a good comp. I think there's a couple out there, and the more you think about it, the more maybe some will come to your mind. But before you head up to St. Joe to get this thing on the road, we had the renderings released yesterday. What'd you take away from what you saw in the first renderings of the new stadium?
Yeah, this was a bit of a surprise, because I had been wondering when they were going to do this, and I wondered if this was going to be part of the lead up to week one, if they were going to wait till September to really release these. Now, I was told yesterday that they had made the decision about a month ago as to which company they were going to pick between the two Kansas City architecture firms. Now, based on seeing the renderings from Manic, let's just call it the new Arrowhead. Let's not overthink this. Let's not get too over the top. I do appreciate, and I even wrote about this on ESPN.com, how much the design does pay homage to Arrowhead. So Clark Hunt talks about, hey, we already have a legacy. Now this is further about continuing it and building upon that legacy. The stadium is as close to modern design specs and up to code that you could do to a modernized Arrowhead just across state lines, with a roof that is very similar to SoFi Stadium, right? The interesting part of all this is they tore it down and then they built it right next to it. Now, this is not the same comp, but in similar fashion, just call it the new Arrowhead. That's Yankee Stadium, guys.
Right.
Yeah, there used to be an old Yankee Stadium, and man, it's right over there. Like, you can see it. But then, like, it's a park now with, like, kids playing baseball, and that's cool. But, like, this is Yankee Stadium. Like, as much as we're in a economy where you have to maximize profit and you have to maximize profit share, and you have to get as many partnerships as possible, which means you definitely have to find naming rights for the stadium. If Clark Hunt really wants to thread this needle of modernization, but also like legacy solidifying, just call it the new Arrowhead Stadium.
Do you think they will, though?
I have some faith in Clark Hunt that he will do this, because based on the design and what he was asking for, and this is both him and his family, the Hunt family specifically, and based on a lot of conversations they'd had with the most prominent, season ticket members. What do you want? We're moving. This stadium ain't going to last. It physically can't last, right? We don't have that building doesn't have another 30 years in it, so we have to move. What do you want? Well, we can give you a modernized version of Arrowhead Stadium, and we can even say to some degree, now that we've had these renderings, that it's going to be a similar experience. It's not going to be the same, but it'll be similar, and we think it could be in some ways better than what we had before, but we had to make this move. Like, if people in New York never wanted Yankee Stadium to come down, believe me, guys, they never wanted Yankee Stadium to come down, but it had to. It had served its purpose, and now you build a new one. I think if Clark is truly in service of fans, and basically that was his statement yesterday, then just call it the new Arrowhead. Like, don't change what you know has already been beloved and what has worked in the past, even though you knew from an economic standpoint and from a structural situation you had to make this change.
Nate, over under 3.5 statues outside of the new Arrowhead.
Over. I some days I do walk into Arrowhead, or I'm around, the stadium because I'm with the team at the training facility. And sometimes I do wonder, I'm like, there should probably be a Lynn Dawson statue. There should probably be a Derek Thomas statue. Obviously, we know that Lamar Hunt will be transferred over from one Arrowhead Drive to wherever this thing is going to be in Kansas City, Kansas. And, of course, based on your question, Dusty, I'm going to go over because there's this guy called Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. And, they built it. And, I mean, again, there are so many comparisons, and I know people aren't expecting this, but, like, at Roland Garros, at the site of the French Open, they built a Rafael Nadal statue while the man was still playing. So it's possible, guys. Like, it's totally possible for you to make a statue when the guy is still in uniform, when he's still out there in the arena. So for that, I will say over by a pretty wide margin. But I do think as we get further along, people need to remember Lamar Hunt, Derek Thomas and Lynn Dawson, both guys who are no longer with us.
Yeah, and you mentioned the statue of Mahomes going up potentially before it opens. I asked these guys earlier, do you put that statue of Patrick and Andy out there before the stadium opens, or before Patrick is done, I should say, with his career?
Yes.
Okay.
Just like make sure that this is on schedule, right? Make sure the stadium's on schedule. Make sure the multi-use complex is on target. Obviously, they got a new training facility that they got to build out in Olathe, I believe. Is that right?
Yep.
So, with all that being said and done, if you feel like you have time to hire another company or two to put some put some ideas about how you want to canonize these people, then yeah, go ahead. Start building the statues now. Yes, Andy Reid makes a lot of sense as well. Travis Kelce, Chris Jones. The list could go on and on. But, there's a reason why, again, in the old Yankee Stadium, they had the monuments. And I thought it was like one of the coolest things in sports behind center field is like, yeah, you could go out there and you could touch the monuments. And this is the players, right? So that there's a true connection between the current players and what they're coming from a lineage standpoint. So, like, there is the Babe Ruth, there is the Lou Gehrig, sort of plaques out there. If the Chiefs want to do something similar, sure. I know they've already put in the statement, and if people don't know this, the Hall of Honor will be twice as large as what it is now in Arrowhead Stadium. So, again, to their credit, I guess, they're saying that, hey, this will be a benefit. We'll get to, have more artifacts, more things for you to learn about the history of the franchise, which I appreciate as someone who has an appreciation for history. But, yeah, I mean, if you want to do statues, then, go ahead. You have people worth statues to the history of the NFL, let alone the history of the franchise.
I know that it's training camp season as they start to report tomorrow, and with the new stadium being built, I have to ask, I probably know the question, will you miss going to St. Joe?
I go in waves, right? I am looking forward to it, and that's usually the case because this was a longer offseason than usual, and you're going to hear that quite a ton from the players,
right?
Since they missed the postseason. That, yeah, I think me and a lot of people around town are ready for football. It was great that we had the World Cup to give us a worthy distraction, but yeah, it's time. I go through these waves where I'm really excited, and then it gets really dull, and then I have to kind of train my brain to be like, no, this is essential. Like, football can't be football if you don't do training camp. And as much as I understand why teams are not doing the old school way, I do have an affinity for, no, it is supposed to be tough. It is supposed to be hard. It is supposed to be, not comfortable. I mean, these guys are millionaire athletes, and the joke I always make now is, who called Rent-A-Center first to get the best possible bed possible for these millionaire athletes?
Right.
Because they are legitimately staying in a dorm. It's hilarious.
Well, so when go ahead.
That's what it's supposed to be. And so you go from excitement to oh man, when does the season start? When is the preseason game? Give me something, to all of a sudden, no, we should enjoy this, as long as we've been doing it.
Nate, what biggest name player on the roster has the most jeopardy of making the roster?
Ooh. And that's, I think we're talking veterans, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's no contract that really jumps out that says, hey, you actually might get a little bit of savings if this player doesn't make the team. I will say there is a trade incentive if the Chiefs trade Christian Fulton, away. They get a $10 million savings. I don't know who would necessarily take on Christian Fulton's last year of his contract, but that's a possibility because obviously you need corners in this league, and the Chiefs, as of now, do have a surplus. I will see how those numbers sort of figure out as we get closer to, preseason and, hey, who's actually still healthy from when training camp starts to, the end of the preseason. But I think there's a legitimate chance that Christian Fulton's in a precarious situation because L'Jarius Sneed's on the team now. You don't know Williams is going to get better from year one to year two, and obviously they put a huge investment in Mansour Delane. So he would be the guy that I'm most interested in because it was this time a year ago that there was so much excitement about, man, they got 3 really good cornerbacks between Trent McDuffie and Jalen Watson, and oh my goodness, they got Christian Fulton on a pretty reasonable contract.
Watson, yes!
And then his knee flared up. Christian Fulton's knee flared up, and he was quite never the same until about November. So he needs to get through training camp, and he needs to have a strong training camp because the numbers have actually increased at his position compared to last year.
Hey, Nate, here's a fun conversation to have that we've had this morning and yesterday. Jadeveon Clowney, why not?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
I mean, well, here's why not. He don't want to do training camp.
Right. That's so true. You're a veteran, man. I ain't doing this crap.
He said, "What, y'all in the door?" Oh, no. You know what?
You know that's exactly how it went down, too. I know you're trying to be funny, but you're like, you're in a dorm? No chance.
Nah. Hey, Coach, when y'all get back? Yes. Look, I'm going to keep training. You know me. I'm going to keep my body right. I'm going to keep training with my guys. You know, look, I'm looking forward to it. Hey, if you want to send me a couple PDFs of what you guys are looking at, I'd be more than happy to take a glance. But, you know, I think my body will be in great shape around, looks at the calendar, August 25th, Coach, because you guys won't be in St. Joseph.
Well, from defense to offense, what about Stephon Diggs? Why not?
Well, I think if they – well, do you want me to say it?
Yes.
I'll say it. I think they're going to wait for Tyreek Hill.
Oh, yeah.
No, really?
That's like horseradish.
Yeah.
I'm
the guy who has
saying,
no power in his left leg.
But ahead of schedule.
It's been a long offseason, Nate.
It has been a long offseason. Look, I don't think Stephon Diggs is in the mix. You know, we'll see what happens, you know, about 3 weeks from now, because at that point you will have a significant injury or two at the position from some team. We don't know where. You do want to give a good look to Rashee Rice, you know, who, again, I've seen clips of him training, so that's a positive. He should be ready to go for training camp as the Chiefs expected. You have, you know, Xavier Worthy in a very pivotal year. You want to see what it's like to sort of build upon the entire playbook available to someone like Tyquan Thornton in a way that, like, really wasn't his role last year. His role was like, hey, man, you're fast. Go deep. And look, you still got to evaluate Jalen Royals. You still got to evaluate Cyrus Allen, the guy you drafted. I just think right now, you know, you can play it cool. You know, I think there's a clear issue at the edge position where you could say, all right, like, let's wink at each other, Jadeveon Clowney, and let's understand that, like, well, we would love to bring you on in late August around cut down day. That still gives you 14 days to get ready for week 1 within our system in a role with Steve Spagnuolo, to where we don't have to push Ashton Gelati to be an opening night starter. Same with R. Mason Thomas, you know, who's, I think, in a more specialized role as a pass rusher versus an every down defensive end at this stage of his early NFL career. So as much as people want to say Stephon Diggs, I would just be like, I think they're going to wait for Tyreek. I think Tyreek's interested. He hasn't been shy about that. So if you ask me about Stephon Diggs, I'm just going to pivot the conversation to Tyreek Hill.
Is that the right move, though? Either one of those guys, does that really help you with anything at this point in time?
If Tyreek Hill rehab goes as well as you could hope, he can be helpful because he's already been within the system. And again, these are all the positives, or all the pros in his favor. He knows Mahomes. He knows Travis. He has kept those relationships, as we all know. Andy Reid would find ways to utilize him. You know, I think, much like some of the guys of earlier years, would appreciate being coached again by Eric Bieniemy, having that sort of rapport already. And again, you're not asking Tyreek Hill to be like 2018, 2019 Tyreek Hill. That would be like unnecessary. But you are asking him to be like a pretty good football player, someone who knows what it takes to win, and someone who can get open using his mind just as much as his repaired body. I think Stephon Diggs would be helpful if you told me that like Rashee Rice is just never going to be the same. If you told me that, then okay, I'm more than willing to listen because he can fit into the voids. He can be your slot guy. He can be someone that you can move across, and he can also be veteran in terms of like, hey, I know how to get open. I know how to manage my body. I know what it takes to be a 1,000-yard receiver, which, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, the Chiefs haven't had a 1,000-yard receiver since Tyreek Hill.
Right.
So for all those reasons, I think the Chiefs are going to ride this thing out with Rashee Rice and to see what he can do in terms of maximizing what he has left for a 17-game season, something he's never done as, like, the number one option. But, like, hey, this is his last chance to do that, where I think Tyreek Hill can be a easier fix as someone who can plug and play a specific role and obviously have an understanding of what the quarterback wants, where Stephon Diggs would have to build towards that during the course of the season.
I've got a Chiefs question, then I've got a follow-up, Brad, with the Royals as well. Juan Thornhill, any fire in that smoke?
Okay, so I saw this, and I haven't reached out to anybody, just to be clear, because, you know, it's our last days of freedom.
Right.
But they are light at the safety position, guys. They only have 3. That's why there's been so much, I think, worthy conversation about L'Jarius Sneed maybe being a hybrid cornerback safety position because Steve Spagnuolo, in his time with the Chiefs, really wants 4 safeties, right? 4 guys that he can trust. 3 are going to play. And like last year, hey, if we have to pull Mike Edwards off the bench, hey, at least he's done it before. So if you could say that Juan Thornhill wants to be the new Mike Edwards, I get it. He's younger. He has played in the league. He's been in the system before. We all know this. But as of right now, they are light at that position with just, Alohi Gilman, Chamari Connor, who will go back to his natural position at safety. He might be the strong safety to Alohi Gilman's free safety, would be my guess right now. And then, of course, you've got Jaden Hicks, who's more of a jack-of-all-trades role right now as maybe the third safety. Other than that, they don't really have anybody. And so if you said, hey, well, who's the 4th safety on the roster right now, I would say either L'Jarius Sneed or Chris Roland Wallace. But Chris Roland Wallace is competing to be your top nickel defender. So are you going to stretch him thin in terms of roles and responsibilities and knowing everything in the back end, too?
What about Kennedy or Kohu at that safety position?
The problem with that is, and that's a great question, the problem with that is, and this sounds crazy, Chris Roland Wallace has been in the system the longest out of anybody.
Yeah. And they love that,
wild.
They love that.
It's wild how much the position at cornerback has changed over the last 2 to 3 years, where Chris Roland Wallace is like the guy with the most experience. And again, you don't want to see Chamari Connor at the nickel spot. You want to see him at safety. Now, you want to definitely have good competition between Kader Kohu coming off a major knee injury and Jaden Kennedy, who's a maniac, a lunatic on special teams. But I think he's going to have to need some development, at least from what I saw in OTA. He's going to need some development to be ready to play down-to-down snaps at the nickel position in the NFL. It's a big jump to go from college to the NFL. But, hey, he is a valuable pick where they took him, I think, in the 4th round or so. So, you can take your time with him. He can be a plus player on special teams. But I do think Chris Roland Wallace has the edge as we start training camp. But again, if you need a 4th safety, okay, maybe it is a Kader Kohu more or less Jaden Kennedy battle than what I'm expecting. And so if you want to call Juan Thornhill and Juan Thornhill is available and he wants to play for the league minimum, then yeah, we could kick the tires on Juan Thornhill and bring him back. We always knew he was a great dude. So he would understand his role like the way L'Jarius Sneed has been willing and eager to come back and why he rejoined the team a month ago.
And Nate, last one for you, because I know you got a little man that really loves baseball. What does Salvador Perez mean to you and your family?
So he means everything in a lot of ways. And it is truly remarkable that he is now standing next to George Brett. You know how impossible that is in that freaking ballpark? Mm-hmm. And also did it as a right-hander, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's different than, the big lean back from George Brett back in the day. One of the best batting stances I can remember of the 80s. But look, when Hayden was born, this was in August of 2015, and I will remember this to the day I die. Salvador Perez was at the peak of his career. He was just entering the peak, and the Royals won 7 straight games. and they went on to win the World Series. And from the day hate has been born, all I've been saying is, nah, man, Salvador Perez, look at the way he throws people out at second. Look at the way that he plays every day. It's the hardest position. My kid in Little League was like, I want to be a catcher. I at least want to see what it's like as a catcher. Now he's probably more in the pitcher, infielder type in terms of body type. But we put the equipment on, and he just said, Dad, I get it now. It's hot out there. Look at all that equipment.
Yeah.
And this was like machine pitch, and then we obviously transferred to kid pitch. It's a great time. But he's always been there, and he is the captain, and that means something. And I know the team has been disappointing this year. I know it's also nice for Manager Q to be like, yeah, I was crazy earlier this year. What was I thinking? It's like, yeah, you can move him down the lineup. That's always been my sort of approach to this season, but you can't take him out of the lineup. He's too good. He's too talented, and he means too much, and he sets an example for his teammates in a way that I just think is more valuable than probably even what the stat sheet says on the Baseball Reference page. The last thing I'll say about this is his friendship with Lorenzo Cain during that era was truly magnificent. Mm-hmm. And I know they're still friends, and it sucks that Lorenzo Cain isn't playing anymore, but you could tell that those were two guys that loved each other, fed off each other, enjoyed the bromance, and were willing to let other people into the bromance to where they were, at the time, ladies and gentlemen, in 2015, the best defensive center fielder in baseball and the best defensive catcher in baseball. And the reason why the Royals won in 2015 is because they beat you with defense, they beat you with speed, they beat you by not striking out, and because they played every day and were willing to rock it up. And the guy who did that most often than anybody else on that team was Salvador Perez. And guess what, guys? It's 2016 or 2026, and he's still doing it.
Yeah.
It's absurd.
It's nuts, man. It really is. And everything you said there about Salvador Perez is why he needs to be a lifetime Royal and never go anywhere else,
Yeah. What do you want the contract to be? What do you want? Here, it's him and Bobby. Hey, Bobby, what you want, dog?
Yep.
I would have brought Salvador Perez. I don't know. I'm sure they didn't do this, but I would have brought Salvador Perez into the stadium discussions. Hey, you want to see the renderings? You want to see what we're thinking? We want you here just as much as George Brett, and at a time, Frank White. And I'm at the point now where I'm like, bring him home, guys. Just bring Frank White home. No, man.
I'm good.
Come on. No, we need George Brett. We need Frank White. We need, obviously, Alex Gordon and Zach Greinke and Mike Sweeney. Mike Sweeney. Come on. Come on, man. Come back home, Frank. It's okay. Just like Odysseus, you can come back home, too, man. Come on, baby.
Well, Nate, we welcome you back home as football's getting ready to start. Enjoy St. Joe. We'll talk to you a little bit later on in a couple weeks.
All right, fellas. Thank you so much.
You bet. That is Nate Taylor of ESPN. Coming up, we get Bob, a.k.a. Larry David, at Chipotle. We'll explain on the other side here at 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty, brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
Hey, the summer gets super hot, so now you need to get a Super Light. That's right. The team that brought you Surfside is back with something new. Meet Super Light, the new vodka plus aid canned cocktail. Super Light comes in 4 classic sports drinks flavors: fruit punch, orange, lemon lime, and blue chill. And ooh, that blue chill is money, baby. With just 90 calories, 0 sugar, and 0 bubbles, Super Light delivers a refreshing taste that's perfect for any occasion. From the golf course to the bar, at night, at the concert, a day at the ballpark, Super Light is here for the moment. Look for Super Light variety packs and individual flavors at stores and bars near you. You must be 21 and older. Please drink responsibly.
Hi, it's Mitch Holtis, voice of the Chiefs. Be a part of history by attending Chiefs training camp in St. Joseph, Missouri this summer and see the Chiefs up close. Make the trip to St. Joe something for you and your family to remember. Go to stjomo.com to view or download a free visitor guide and plan your trip. It's where the Pony Express started and Jesse James ended. That's stjomo.com for all the details to make your trip. Chiefs training camp in St. Joseph, Missouri will be one you'll never forget. Produced in cooperation with Visit Missouri.
Baseball season is in full swing, and that means the summer heat is coming. The guys at Climate Control have been serving KC homeowners for over 35 years, and they know how to get your cooling system ready to handle our scorching hot summer weather. Stay cool and comfortable this summer. Call Climate Control today at 816-265-2830. 816-265-2830 for all your cooling, heating, and plumbing needs. Don't wait. Visit ClimateControlKC.com today. Climate Control Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
It's the summer sales event at Robside Ford. Your chance to upgrade without the stress. Robside joins me now. Rob, what's the offer?
0% financing, $0 down, and 0 payments for 90 days on nearly the entire Ford lineup.
That's a serious summer deal.
Sure is. And unlike your brisket last weekend, these deals aren't dry.
Okay, that's fair. These savings are definitely juicy.
And we're backing it up with 2 years of complimentary maintenance, a non-commissioned sales team, and top trade-in values.
No pressure, no gimmicks at Robside Ford. The way car buying should be.
We're Kansas City's top-rated Ford dealer. 4.8 stars, nearly 3,000 Google reviews, and a better experience from start to finish.
So skip the smoke and the dry meat. This summer, start at Robside Ford.
135th and State Line or robsightc.com. 0% financing, $0 down, 0 payments for 90 days, and 2 years of complimentary maintenance.
Robside Ford, buy right, drive happy. And next time, maybe stick to potato salad.
$30 million in guaranteed prizes you can cash in this football season out in Las Vegas with 3 Circa Sports contests. Entries starting at $1,000, all rake. Circa Million, 18 weeks of point spread action, 128 ways to win. Or Circa Survivor. You pick one winner each week, the last one standing wins. And Circa Grandissimo with a $100,000 entry. Enter in Nevada. Play from anywhere. 30 million guaranteed. Visit circasports.com for details.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hey, it's Dusty Likens, and driving in this area means navigating everything from busy metro traffic to open Midwest roads, so having the right auto insurance really matters. With AAA, switching today means you could save up to 21% on your auto insurance. AAA offers trustworthy protection, personalized coverage options, and customer service that gives you real peace of mind. And when you bundle policies or insurance multiple vehicles, you can save even more. Visit AAA.com. That's AAA.com.
It's the Lawman. If you've been injured in a motor vehicle accident, call me ASAP, 816-816-9111. I recovered millions for my clients. Take it away.
The Lawman gets results. Jungle Law team. Call the Lawman. Let the fight begin. The Lawman gets results. Jungle Law.
Come see me get roasted August 1st at 7 p.m. at the Uptown Theater. Go to junglelaw.com for details.
The choice of a lawyer shouldn't be based on advertisements.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
North KC, 169 highway southbound, slow coming out of the 29 interchange. Stays off again, on again, sluggish from there down to the airport exit. Heading out of downtown, 71 southbound, moving a little better, but still sluggish around 18th Street. There's construction on the street level at 22nd that has backed up that exit ramp onto the freeway and affected things coming out of downtown this morning. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Back out of here on 96.5 The Fan. Shout out Nate Taylor. That was great. Love the story of his kid, Salvador Perez, and everything about that. Did not love that we're going to see some past Chiefs probably on this current Chiefs roster. And
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill.
Can we get into that at 9 o'clock?
We'll get into that a little about 9:15.
9:15. Matt, can you cut that little cut from that from
he's
Nate
got
Taylor
it.
and we get ready to rock and roll with that?
He's on it.
Happy birthday today to Edie McClurg. And you go, I don't know who that is. I go, no, you do. And you're like, no, I don't. And I'm like, yeah, you do. And I showed you. You're like, oh, yeah, I know who that is. Yeah. They got a Kansas City native, been in every 80s movie that was out there. Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. I mean, she was literally in every single. See? You know exactly who it is.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah.
She's the assistant to the principal.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
You
She's
know,
great.
Yeah, she is. She was the greatest character actor of she's from Kansas
She's
City,
hilarious.
too.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. She's
I
a
want
local.
the keys
Cool.
to my effing car that I effing paid for right effing now. Do you have the receipt? I threw it away. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, what? You're effed. You're messing with the wrong guy. Maybe messing with the wrong guy. Yesterday, you had an interesting event yesterday.
Yeah, and you know, I channeled my inner Larry David yesterday, and so we go to Chipotle over there by the mall on 95th Street, and I haven't had much of an appetite, I've told people, since really the beginning of the year. Now with the poop lettuce out there, it really limits what I can eat, right? Again, going places, I'm like, things that I used to love ain't doing it till the poop lettuce is gone, okay? Not chancing anything. So I go to Chipotle. I'm like, they got these protein cups, right? You know, those little cups you can get for like $3.99. They just load it with chicken. I'm like, that's perfect. That's exactly what I want.
Chicken.
Today. It's chicken, right? So I said, I'll just take a protein cup of the chicken, right? So they load the cup up and they're moving it down the aisle and they're trying to get the lid on top of this little cup of chicken. And remember, like a little soup cup, and they're pushing down and it's
No
not
soup for you.
Right. And it's not working and the lid isn't closing and she's trying to get this lid on. And then she takes the lid off, takes the cup of chicken, dumps it back into the bin where they're going to serve the other chicken, and starts flicking pieces of chicken out of my bin with the top back into the pile of chicken that's fresh for everybody else.
Chicken.
So health code violation, I would imagine, by doing something like that. And so I looked and I went, are you really doing this? Because I wasn't insulted by the healthcare stuff until I started talking to people like, that's a health code violation. First of all, I'm like, well, that didn't impact me. I was like, this is how cheap you're being. You're trying to put 4 pieces of chicken back into the bin to try to get a lid on it. You could have just handed it to me without the lid on it. We were dining in. Or as my wife and Dusty both said, just pour it in a bowl, put some foil over it, and hand it to you.
That's what I thought you'd do.
Yeah, come on.
So she flicks the chicken back in with the lid like this, back into the bin of chicken. I'm like, we're done here. I ordered a drink, and my friend ate, and I sat there and watched him eat. I left. I mean, I didn't do the wrong thing. To me, it was like, you're skimping on 4 pieces of chicken. Just give it to me. Then everybody's like, no, she put that back into the bin.
$40 billion company.
It's unbelievable. So, I mean, what would you have done?
I would have just been like, are you serious right now?
That's what I did. I was like, is this real?
I would have done the same thing.
I was calm. I'm like, I can't believe we're doing this. And she looked at me like I was nuts.
I would have lost my marbles, but I'd just be like, are you real? Oh, you're doing that? Okay. All right. Well,
that's why I said, we're good here. I don't need that. I'll just take a drink. Okay.
Just the nonchalant.
Yeah, they didn't care.
Dang.
Not that I expect them to care, but
it's cool to care.
It is. I mean, but to do something like that, now I'm looking at that I don't know that I need to go back to that place.
Imagine if it was steak, they'd have put 6 pieces in the bag. Could you imagine if it was guac?
I know, right?
Man.
I mean, but just flicking it back in with the top, what are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, props to you to just be cool about it. But I mean, I would have definitely been sarcastic, Dusty, be like, okay. I guess
I know. I was like, are you really doing that?
Ugh.
And she goes, yeah. I go, I'm out.
See ya.
My friend didn't even know anything was going on. I get to the table. He goes, I said, did I make a scene? He goes, I wish you would have. I would have known you weren't eating. We could have gone somewhere else. I was like, that's fine.
It is kind of funny that you would go to Chipotle and just get a thing of chicken.
That's all I wanted, It's just,
your friend wanted Chipotle, you just tagged along?
Well, we always meet for lunch. It's usually at Chipotle just because it's easy. It's close to, it's in between where we're at, we'll go to Kava.
Hi, welcome to McDonald's. I'll take the parfait.
Yeah.
I've
done that.
Gotta take some almonds off.
Yeah. It would be like McDonald's, taking 3 fries and throwing them back. Come on now.
The countdown is on. Mac takes it away on the other side here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City football.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan. Fescoe and Dusty is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I'll tell you what, my friends over at Golden Oak Lending are going to do amazing things for you, just like they've done for us over the last decade. And let's be honest, guys, a lot of families are feeling squeezed right now. We all are. High interest credit cards, higher grocery and gas prices, and trying to keep some breathing room in the budget can really add up fast. Well, at Golden Oak Lending, they can help. In fact, Golden Oak Lending saves the average customer over $1,100 per month. And this July, Golden Oak Lending is offering a complimentary appraisal credit of up to $600 with a qualifying loan or refinance. Start with a free mortgage checkup from a local Golden Oak loan officer. They'll review your current mortgage, look at your home equity, and help you see whether a refinance, cash out option, or debt consolidation strategy may make sense for you. There's no pressure, just real answers from a local team that's respected and helping homeowners for years. So if credit card debt is weighing you down or monthly payments feel too tight, see what options may be available. Call or visit GoldenOakLending.com today. They can help cure your blues. It's Golden Oak Lending.
The corrupt political establishment. If you're ready to give them the finger, Taylor Burks is your man for Congress. Taylor Burks, America First conservative, outsider, 3 combat deployments as a naval commander. Taylor Burks will stand with President Trump against rhinos and the corrupt establishment. In Congress, Burks will always put America first. He'll work with Trump to deport every last illegal, ban communist China from owning 1 inch of our land, and protect our elections by passing the SAVE Act once and for all. So if you want to tell off the political establishment, you conservative warrior Taylor Burks, an America First patriot for Congress. Paid for by Show Me Valor PAC. www.showmevalorpac.org. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. Show Me Valor PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
You know that weird smell your AC makes when you turn it on? Ooh, you really shouldn't. Luckily, you can just take it to Telly. Schedule your service at tellytire.com. You know how avoiding eye contact with people when your brakes screech makes it less awkward? It doesn't. But you can just take it to Telly. Schedule your service at tellytire.com.
This is the Game of the Week report, brought to you by Hyundai.
In pro baseball, we are looking at a full slate of 15 games set for Monday, spanning the afternoon and evening with local and national matchups. New York hosts Atlanta, Baltimore heads to Detroit, Arizona will take on Pittsburgh, and St. Louis plays at home against Cleveland.
The Game of the Week report is brought to you by the all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid. Learn how it's so much more than just another SUV at HyundaiUSA.com.
Get into the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event and get away with a deal so right it almost feels wrong. Because right now you can get great deals on our most popular models, including our adventure-ready SUVs like the Hyundai Santa Fe or Santa Fe Hybrid and the Tucson or Tucson Hybrid. Plus, there's our bold and stylish Elantra, loaded with the latest tech, or go all-electric with the Ioniq 5 or Ioniq 9. So get down to your local Hyundai dealer and get away with a deal you'll love during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Visit HyundaiUSA.com for details.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Paid for client portrayal and endorsement. The choice of the lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Give me one good reason why I should call DM Law.
How about 3 great reasons? 1, it's easy. 2, it's fast. 3, the results.
Mike's got this. 816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLInjuryLaw.com.
North KC, 29 southbound, still rolling from about 16th Avenue into the downtown loop. 71 southbound, still slow past 670 down towards 22nd Street with a problem on the street level, backing you up onto the freeway. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Hey, it's Carter Jensen, and this is your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, an Odyssey Sports Station. This is Fescoe and Dusty.
I got Mahomes' balls in my hands.
On your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
Oh, yeah, football.
From potholes to pop-ups, we got it covered.
Hey!
Here's Bob Fescoe.
Take a bite out of my ass.
And Dusty Likens.
Big nuts. Moving right along as we are getting closer and closer to the football season, and we are 2 days, day and a half away from Mac Morey tying the knot.
Hello, America.
You'll have more rings than Joe Burrow.
Hey, look at that.
Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, and Lamar combined.
Combined. How about that?
There you go. Someone on the text line said, I heard you talking about poop lettuce.
Yeah.
I came up with some alternative names that will hopefully give you a smile.
Yes.
The cabbage craps.
Oh. That's good.
The romaine runs. Yeah. And then there's the salad blanks.
Oh, yeah. Oh. It's like the only thing I really eat is lettuce, and I'm like, the hell am I supposed to do?
Yeah, they're like, no veggies. I was like, okay.
All right, that's my diet. So I guess it's half a cup of chicken from Chipotle that they put back. I don't know. I just don't know. Mac, you're a Tennessee fan, right?
Oh, yeah.
You like sex?
Go Vols.
You like sex,
I like
don't
that
you?
as well.
Do you like 5-star recruits?
Yes.
Which do you like better?
Sex.
Oh, it's close.
Right, because here's message board genius from Tennessee, VolQuest. I guess you guys signed a 5-star recruit down there.
See that.
Hot damn, better than sex. Sounds like somebody who's never had sex.
Hot damn is better than sex?
That's what I originally thought. I'm not going to lie. I originally thought this guy was telling me that hot damn is better than sex.
Because hot damn will lead you to sex.
It will.
That sounds like a Vols fan, baby.
Hot damn is like the generic, fireball. We used to drink hot damn in college. We had this guy, Nolan, who used to drink hot damn all the time. And then we pushed him around in a shopping cart at the grocery store once. No, I pushed my friend Paul in the grocery store when Nolan was working in the grocery store. He didn't care for that much. That was back when they had like midnight grocery stores. You could go in 24/7. And he was working like the midnight shift. We just go in and mess with him in the aisle. Hey, Nolan! And I pushed Paul down the aisles in the shopping cart because, we're idiots, but, we had fun.
All right, Mac, what's our Chiefs question today before you leave us for a week?
Yeah, see, I'll be gone for a little while, so I want to make sure I get this answer. We can all talk about this together, and then when I get back in the middle of camp, we can kind of reassess.
It's really upsetting you're missing camp for your wedding.
It's a huge deal. It's a huge deal.
I can't believe Binkley's allowing this.
47 days until the NFL. Who's your camp darling?
Me? I'll go with Jeff Caldwell.
I figured that would be it for you. Yes.
Jeff Caldwell's going to be my camp darling this year.
And most Chiefs fans, I imagine.
Who is Jeff Caldwell? Just for those who don't know, because camp darling's not a name that you're going to, it's not like Patrick Mahomes won't be your camp darling, right?
Damn it, I got to change mine.
Easily one of the most physically gifted undrafted free agents in recent memory is what they're saying on Gemini. I said, give me a Jeff Caldwell, right up. 6'5", 216, 4'3", 140. He logged a perfect 10 relative athletic score, whatever the hell that is.
His RAS is that of Calvin Johnson.
Yeah, which is, he compares to Calvin Johnson.
Yes, that's the RAS. Yes. Yeah. Relative athletic score, which sometimes matters and sometimes means absolutely
honest to God, this is the first time I've ever heard of that before, so I don't know what that means. But that's a camp darling right there. Like, that guy just screams camp darling to me, but I'm actually excited about him. I think he can be a sneaky one, and I know the organization is pretty excited about him and pretty stoked that he was just there.
Is it Emmett Thomas?
Emmett Johnson?
Emmett Johnson. Is he considered a camp darling? Or is he too known of a name?
I don't hate that. Yeah, I mean, he's a draft
he's a
pick.
mid-round draft pick.
If he's past the second round,
the way he gets on the outside and just goes wild. Is he in pass? No, but you can imagine, right? That Veronica Vaughn. I'll go with Cyrus Allen. I think that's a guy that, Cincinnati 5th-round pick.
Yeah, I believe he was a 5th-round pick. Him and Emmett both were.
2 Cincinnati receivers were looking. That's weird,
right?
Isn't it?
And you think about it, too. Like, it always seems like the wide receiver is the pick for a camp darling, right? It's, he can go up there and get that pass from Mahomes. He can go up there and do this. He's, not getting checked at the line right now. But either way, we did it with, John Ross. We did it with, I guess Sky Moore wasn't necessarily a running. He was kind of a receiver-ish type play. We did it with Sky Moore. The thighs on this guy, tree trunk style thighs. He runs like a running back, plays his routes like a wide receiver, and gone. So I think Cyrus Allen's that guy because We've either seen real or fake videos of what he can do freakishly athletically. We know he is a wide receiver. We know that we want to see somebody emerge as like a trusted target for Patrick Mahomes, even though I think we believe that is Rashee Rice. But that seems like Camp Darling-ish, where it's like, we're going to go on Instagram and we're going to see a video and it's going to be like, watch this catch by Cyrus Allen. It's going to be one of those freakish up in the air, one-handed grabs, like, can't wait to see that in the regular season, and then to never see him again.
What do you think the first video is that they're going to release from training camp? Is it Mahomes rolling out, completing a pass to Kelsey?
It's Mahomes' leg. It'll just be a shot of Mahomes, and then it will pan down to his leg as he runs out.
It'll be some sort of him on the run throwing the football, right?
Yeah,
one of those
ball.
slow motions where he's up in the air like jump man
I'll tell you one
almost.
thing. I don't want Mahomes walking down that hill.
Oh, he's fine.
I know, but still, like the nervousness.
Nobody really wants to be walking down that hill. It's very dangerous.
It is steep.
It's very steep.
Ask
is.
Kornacki.
It is. I mean, that's just fact.
And there's like that little fake artificial green rug
Yeah,
that
by
goes down
day
there.
2, that thing's all matted down, and it's
And it
no
rains
good.
every morning.
Yep.
So
And that thing gets slick when it rains, bro.
Whew. So yeah, I'd say Cyrus Allen. Mac, who's your Camp Darling?
Walking to
well,
camp gets hurt.
We'll go 3 for 3, I guess, on wide receivers. I'll go Jalen Royals. This is his second year. Didn't really play at all last season. Caught 2 passes when he should have been in on the field more, playing more snaps. Selected at Utah State last season in the 4th round. I mean, he looks the part. He's going to be the one that looks great on videos. He's Rashee Rice's size, but he's got bigger arms. He looks like a man amongst men. 23 years old. Really, really excited about Jalen Royals. Hopefully he can. I mean, they need a wide receiver to step up. We all picked 3 wide receivers. That's for a reason. There is a void at that position after you name the first 3 guys you know will be playing. I'll also mention, I'm back at it. There's a void at tight end. Jake Brenningstool. Let's go. Jake Brenningstool is still here. It's not Jared Wiley. It's Noah Gray sucks. Like, let's go. Jake Brenningstool. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Jake Brenningstool could maybe provide something.
Bringing a stool for those guys to sit on after practice.
I mean, they need something at tight end, man. So that second/third position in tight end, really that third tight end position is wide open.
You guys mentioned it about, we always pick the wide receivers for the Camp Darling. Who else could we really pick? Maybe a running back, right? Other than that, you're not picking an offensive lineman, probably.
Jaden Kennedy, if you wanted to pick like a corner in the 5th round.
Yeah, it's harder, though, I think, to judge. Like, we are so visually motivated in life, You see these guys make a great play, they become a Camp Darling. Who do you see make the plays? The wide receivers and the running backs, right? Maybe it's that offensive right tackle, though, that's competing with Jalen Moore. That was an undrafted free agent this year that they're talking about maybe earning the starting job.
Khalil Benson?
I don't know. Sure.
Out of Indiana? Yeah, Khalil Benson. Yes.
Yeah, maybe it's that guy.
Yeah, it'd be great. Yeah.
Could be that guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
What if it's Josh Simmons, though? Could it be Josh Simmons this year?
Too big of a
Can't
name.
be a Camp
Too
Darling.
big of a name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
First round pick. He better be.
Was Pacheco a Camp Darling?
Yes.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, yeah. He was
Big
for me.
time.
I'll never forget when I first saw him. I go, it was.
He'll be gone in 4 years.
And that's exactly
That's
what we
what
said.
I-
I mean, it's Josh, he'll be gone for you. But I remember I was looking at him and I texted somebody. I'm like, my God, this guy is like large. His legs are huge. And somebody in the league goes, yeah, we were just having that same conversation about Pacheco with some other folks around the NFL. I'm like, this guy from the waist down is just massive. And he played like it, too. We saw that. That was a good pick for the Chiefs.
A true success story is what the text line says for Isaiah Pacheco.
Absolutely. Absolutely, yeah.
It's exactly what you want.
7th round pick. You got him for 4 years. Productive. Won a couple of rings. Boom. You move on. That's
He's
a great
the
story.
rare Camp Darling that actually worked out.
Yeah, because what you'd consider Dexter McCluster a Camp Darling?
No, he was a 2nd round
I was gonna
pick.
say he was
though.
high
Big of a
though.
name.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, see, I don't know that Pacheco would have been a Camp Darling, though, if we didn't have COVID. He was one of those guys that got passed over and missed and fell through the cracks. And the Chiefs, because they did their job, knew he was sitting there. And they're like, oh, we're taking this guy.
Yeah, he was they say he came out a year early right out of
Yeah.
Rutgers. That's why he went in the 7th round late in that year. Could have came back to college, decided, no, I'm going to go to the pros, and then wins 2 Super Bowls. So good for him. Yeah, but camp does start. They report tomorrow. Football is here, whether you like it or not. I know that I'm hard. What's that quarterback they drafted out of LSU?
Oh, yeah.
Nussmeier?
Yeah,
Garrett
Garrett
Can
Nussmeier.
he be a Camp Darling?
For sure.
Oh, yeah.
I think he could be the 2nd string quarterback because Justin Fields is not on this team to throw the football. He's on this team to be a gadget player.
Garrett Nussmeier now, like that And when they drafted him, I know everybody was ticked off, but when I explained why they did, you get a backup quarterback for the next 4 years. It's going to cost you 1 year of a normal backup quarterback. I mean, you see what these guys are signing for. The guy that we had last year, Minshew, right? He signed for like $8 million for 1 year to be a backup quarterback. They got Nussmeier for $8 million for the next 4 years. So, you're getting a great deal there, and you're also getting continuity now at that backup quarterback position as Patrick Mahomes is getting older. But you could also potentially use him as a trade chip, much like they did with Kevin Cobb back in the Philadelphia days.
10 months later, God is good. Cheetah. That was Tyreek Hill's last post. Nate Taylor had something to say that's kind of noteworthy, not Xavier-worthy, noteworthy of Tyreek Hill that we'll get to on the other side. Plus, we'll talk more about the renderings of the new stadium going to KCK. Here on 96.5, The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Hey, it's Bobby Witt Jr., and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I got to tell you, my friends over at the Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2 are making things easier for everybody, right? We talk about how they want to form great partnerships with everybody here in Kansas City. Well, now they have great opportunities for those who are looking for work, and it's their apprenticeship program. And I know there's a lot of kids that are going to graduate high school next May, and they're going to go, I don't know that college is for me. I don't know what I want to do. But you know what you can do? Go become an apprentice with the Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2, because first-year apprentices begin earning $30 an hour, receive the same premium health coverage and base beginning earning credit towards a full pension payable with 30 years of service and at the age of 55. Our apprentices are at daytime classroom training for 5 weeks a year, during which they receive a stipend in place of their normal wages. This ensures our members can fully focus on mastering their trade while continuing to provide for themselves and their families. And all apprenticeship training and continuing education is provided at no cost to members of Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2. So it's time for you to check out the Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2. We're an old union with a new perspective on business. Learn more at sheetmetal2.org.
Men, when addressing the problem of erectile dysfunction, you want the right treatment for your specific medical situation, because every case is different, and finding the right treatment can mean the difference between just an okay experience and an amazing one. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and at our practices, we offer the full range of ED treatment protocols, and can even combine therapies to help make those intimate moments special, both for you and your partner. At Heartland Men's Health, we take great pride in providing excellent care and treatment options for ED. Our medical providers specialize in men's sexual health and understand that no two cases are alike, which means you'll get the right treatment for you based on sound medical evaluation and appropriate applications of medical therapies. Plus, we offer treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, which means if you're like most men, you'll get your sex life back. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99. It includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. We have 3 offices: Overland Park, Independence, and North Kansas City.
All right, it's officially the most wonderful time of the year at Staples. They've got back-to-school supplies as low as 25 cents, up to 40% off select tech, 20% off for teachers, and more. Check out all the deals at staples.com/back-to-school. Staples, that was easy.
I'm Piera Palazzolo, VP of Digital Marketing for the American Management Association, a company focused on the management training skills needed to enhance the careers of business professionals. We did our research when it came to the best companies for website development and chose AmericanEagle.com. And we couldn't be happier. AmericanEagle.com worked closely with us to understand the front and back end requirements needed to launch an e-commerce website that could handle the complexities of running thousands of seminars nationwide. Our robust new website and improved SEO saw immediate increases in site traffic and web revenue. If you're in need of managerial effectiveness and success, visit our website at amanet.org. If you're in need of a website that provides an unparalleled consumer experience, I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Transform your business today. Dial 877-WEBNOW1 for a free digital consultation with AmericanEagle.com.
Are you looking for a podcast about pro football that doesn't put you to sleep with an avalanche of analytics or insult your fandom with brainless hot takes? Well, hi. I'm Dan Hansis.
And I'm Mark Sessler.
Oh, hi, Mark. And we're the hosts of Heed the Call, the NFL podcast you've been waiting your whole life for.
Heed the Call covers every game, every storyline, everything that matters, and we do it all with a touch of mirth.
Football is fun. Why shouldn't your football podcast be the same?
Follow and listen to Heed the Call NFL podcast wherever you get your podcasts.
And Doug.
Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons. And lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen. And oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live. And you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Today, expect cloudy skies with a chance of rain and a high of 81.
Weather brought to you by Duke's Mayo. Welcome to Duke's Mayo Country, where the mayo is so smooth and creamy, it makes every bite better. Duke's Mayo. Look for the yellow lid.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
All right, we're back at it here on 96.5 The Fan. Fescoe and Dusty with you as we motor through what is Thursday here. Max getting married on Saturday, so he's got 2 more days.
Drew looks like Gilligan.
Yeah, he's ready to roll, right? He is ready to roll.
Love the bucket hat.
Big bucket hat guy?
I am.
Yeah,
especially
I like
out in the sun. I wear them all the time if I'm at the lake or the beach or something like that. Because
What about the straw hat that's like kind of big?
No, I don't have one of those. I got a cowboy hat and I've got the bucket caps because I'm not getting burnt, you know. I put on all the sunscreen and then throw the hat on, long sleeves, all of that kind of stuff.
Yep.
You starting to feel butterflies?
For sure, yeah. That excitement, that butterfly, that nervous butterfly sort of feeling. Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Oh yeah. It'll be through the roof on Saturday, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be just jittery with excitement.
Yeah,
I'm really I can't wait to see her, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be awesome.
No, I can't wait to see her walk down the aisle. It's going to be incredible. Goosebumps thinking about it. She's going to be just beautiful.
What if you notice somebody that doesn't stand?
Get up.
Well, it depends.
Maybe like that Cubs fan that smacked that guy in the back of the head.
I guess that guy who didn't stand was a Vietnam vet. There's some sort of backstory to all that. He finally came out. I was like, I'm just not interested enough to read this story.
I saw that. If I got smacked in the back of the head, my reaction would not be the same by that guy.
Huh.
You don't think so?
Do not smack me in the back of the head to stand
that's
up.
assault.
Absolutely
No,
not. Absolutely
no.
not. I'm not standing up now. I'm definitely not standing up now.
And you don't
sitting
know
harder.
why I'm not standing up. Maybe I don't have legs.
Yeah, you don't know me.
Yeah. Like, who are you to hit somebody in the back of the head and tell them to stand up?
But yes, at the wedding, if everyone is able to stand, they better be.
Well, they always say that, though, now when they do the national anthem. If you're able to stand, please do so, because there's a lot of people that just aren't able to stand, and that's okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise.
Mm-hmm.
Dusty. Yeah, no, I'm kidding. I'll be there. I'll be a smile on my face, ready to do it. I mean, I hate weddings, but I love the receptions. Just being honest. Anybody that's ever married my friend group, I've just that's who I am.
Well, this will be, hopefully 12 minutes is the goal, 15-minute ceremony.
Oh, really? That quick?
Oh,
Good.
yeah.
I'm used to that. Yeah, that's the way it should be for your guests.
913 is Matt going to cry, minus 10,000.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's been taken off the board.
You can't bet on it anymore.
No, and that's good. You should. I love the emotional side. I've told you for a while now, I wish I had my emotional side today when I was your age. Like, I never let that emotional side out because you weren't supposed to be that way. You're a man, right? And the older I've gotten, the less I don't give about that. I'm going to let my emotions show if I need to let my emotions show. And so for you, Now, I will say this. I hope your mascara doesn't run, though.
What is he, Derek Carr?
Nice. I mean, you don't want those streaks in your wedding pictures.
I will say one thing I did love about Rob Britton's wedding was when he came down the aisle, he handed out 16-ounce Busch Lights to just the people in the
Wow,
crowd.
that's awesome.
He was like, "Here you go," and of course I was like, Miss Clifton, Miss Clifton, Miss Clifton. Hey, I do want to get to some information. We'll get to more of it tomorrow, but golf at Kauffman Stadium?
Yeah, we're doing that tomorrow. We're giving that away, right?
Yeah,
you're going to be out there?
You heard that right. Tomorrow, you want to listen to myself and Bob from 6 to 10 a.m. for your chance to win an unforgettable golf experience for you and 3 friends. One lucky foursome will play a 9-hole course set up throughout the stadium, hitting from 9 different locations down to custom greens on the field below. You'll also score tickets to the driving, putting, and closest to the pin challenge. So again, tune into myself and Bob tomorrow for your chance to win. We'll be hitting that all day tomorrow. But right now, we've got to get to the hit that Nate Taylor gave us, which was...
I think they're going to wait for Tyreek Hill.
Ooh, boy.
That's like horseradish.
We saw yesterday Tyreek Hill's like, I don't really have any strength in my left leg after 10 months of rehabbing a gruesome injury.
I think they're going to wait for Tyreek Hill.
So that's coming from the man himself, Nate Taylor, the Chiefs beat writer at ESPN. Yeah, you're all sighing, man, even Nate Taylor.
I think they're going to wait for Tyreek Hill.
Other than Andy Reid, who thinks this is a good idea?
Travis and Mahomes.
Pat Mahomes.
Pat Mahomes.
Pat Mahomes.
Yeah, it's their buddy. It's
their
friend.
buddy. Okay, take that away.
No
Does
one.
it-
No.
Yeah,
No one.
that one.
I hope Brett Veach doesn't think it's a good idea.
That's why I said Andy Reid.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't say Brett. I said anybody other. Because, look, we all know if Andy wants this guy, they're going to go get the guy because he's the head coach and he wants this guy. It reeks a little bit of the end in Philadelphia, and I don't like that. Like, you can't put the band back together.
Yeah, him, Juan Thornhill. Like,
When has it
come
ever
on,
worked where
stop.
we put the band back together in anything?
It didn't work in 2017.
If you
for the Royals, they tried to keep all those guys,
Right.
and then it was like, we don't have that magic anymore. We could have gotten something for maybe some guys. The Chiefs, I guess you could.
But the owner wanted to keep the team together, so they
That's
did.
fair, and
you
that's
know?
fair.
Yeah.
That's fair, and it kept the city together too.
Yep,
so I
it
get
did.
that.
Yep.
But when you look at
Because the right thing would have been, honest to God, Dusty, trading everybody right after the parade, and you know how that would have gone over. Oh, it would have been awful. And they know they never should have signed Alex to that long-term contract because he was not going to earn that money, and he didn't. And that kind of. But if you don't sign Alex Gordon in that situation too, and you let him walk, I mean, all the goodwill you just earned goes out the window. You know.
I don't think it's nearly the same thing, but like MJ when he left for 2 seasons, it came back. It's not the same thing.
No,
because they ran it back with a different group.
Yeah, and it's
I
Michael
mean,
Jordan.
It was the same core.
Yeah.
I mean, him and Scotty and Rodman.
How old was MJ? And he wasn't coming off a severe injury where he didn't
No,
announce,
you're
I
right.
can't
It's
move my
different.
left leg.
It was different.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
I mean,
It was
they
different.
kind of did it with Kareem Hunt 2 years ago.
It's true.
He was kind of that guy that could get him
Kinda.
over that short yardage. They got to
That's
the
a good
Super
one.
Bowl with Kareem Hunt.
Yeah.
I would say that worked.
That's a good one.
And that's a buddy also of Mahomes and Kelsey.
But that was also a desperation mode at the time where they were losing, right? Didn't
Are
they
we
have
not
a couple-
desperate at wide receiver right now?
I don't think at this point we're Tyreek Hill desperate, but
Yeah.
I
I
think
think we're-
injury in training camp, and then you're having conversations.
Yeah, we're a little needy, but we're not desperate. I mean, and then also it's like Kareem Hunt was the only guy there, and he had been here.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Stephon Diggs is the second best wide receiver 2 in the league. He's a free agent right now. Go get him.
And that's
Like,
the
I don't
thing, Mac.
understand it.
There's other options out there. You
Yeah.
know, it's not like you're scrambling in week 5 and
Yeah.
you need somebody who read the playbook once.
Does somebody
Exactly.
want Tyreek Hill besides Kansas City?
Exactly.
And that's
what
the
you
other
guys are
thing.
kind of alluding
yeah, I
to,
don't
like-
know. San
like-
Diego, maybe.
Because to me, like you look at relationship red flags, right? Is this not an NFL red flag? Like, is anybody else out there being like, man, Tyreek Hill's out there, let's see how rehab goes? Now I know we're locked into this local media. We're not really, but like I watch The Herd, no one's talking about Tyreek Hill. I watch, McAfee during commercial break, they're not talking about Tyreek Hill. There's no
They may be today, though, because he put that video out.
Yeah.
That's
You know,
fair.
today we may get some
But
of
is
that.
it going to be anything other than the Chiefs and Tyreek Hill are linked together?
What I think it would be from a national level is why would anybody want Tyreek Hill? He just said, I have no feeling or something like that in my left leg.
Yeah, he said, so it's about 10 months after doing 2 surgeries. I have no power in my left leg, so I'm trying to regain all the power back in my left leg, but it's one day at a time.
Whose leg's stronger right now, Tyreek Hill's or Conor McGregor's? Ty.
Yeah, exactly. Both ass.
So, like, I do want to have this conversation because if Tyreek Hill is a B version of himself, what wide receiver number is he on this team? If he's a B version of himself, He's never going to be the A version of
No,
himself
he
again.
never will be. You're right.
But again, what's the B version of Tyreek? Because we always do this with Mahomes, right? Like Mahomes' B games are like a Michael Penix A+ game, or a Drake May A+ game would be like a Mahomes B game where he goes out there and goes 25 of 33 and throws for 260 and 2 touchdowns. There's a lot of quarterbacks out there be like, man, that was one of the best games I ever played in the NFL. Yeah. Whereas Mahomes like, I could have been better.
It's Sunday.
Right, And then when you look at Tyreek Hill, like, what's a Tyreek Hill B? And if that's the case, is that better than Xavier Worthy is right now?
I think there's more depth to that question, though. Tyreek Hill B today or Tyreek Hill B 5 years ago, right? Because I think they're obviously like Tyreek Hill's B 5 years ago is better than anybody's A in the NFL.
Somebody says he's wide receiver 3 if he joins his team.
Well, I think he probably would be on paper, right?
On paper, yeah.
I mean, I would not. We're effed if he's anything higher than wide receiver 3, not just for this year, but for the future at that wide receiver position. That's the way I feel anyway. I don't know. I don't know if his B is. I don't even know if he's at his B level anymore. I don't know.
I will say, you said 5 years. I just want to. It's 3 years ago he had his best season.
That's
3 years ago, 1,800 yards. Yeah.
Whatever it was when he was here. That's why I was kind of.
Can he be a 1,000-yard receiver?
He was better at Miami
in this offense.
He was the only option. Well, I guess he wasn't only option in Miami, but obviously
1,800 yards.
Yeah,
it's pretty incredible. No.
Oh, he had a better quarterback down there too.
More accurate.
Right?
You're right.
He said it himself. Why would you want to come back to a less accurate quarterback too?
No, we haven't had a 1,000-yard wide receiver since Tyreek Hill. I think Rashee Rice will break that streak as long as he's healthy this year.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think Tyreek Hill's a 1,000-yard wide receiver.
What do you like? Is he a 600-yard wide receiver?
Yeah, I don't even see that.
Who would have more yards, Kelsey or Hill, if they were on the team this year?
Kelsey.
Yeah. Because when is Hill going to be ready though? That's the other thing. If he has no power in his left leg, and we're sitting here on July 23rd, or all of a sudden you're going to develop that over the weekend, like where are you going to get this power in your leg? That to me is why I'm a hard no on this guy, unless you get to the middle of the season and it's a mash unit and he's halfway capable of doing something for you. But why give up a roster spot for this guy right now?
Because somebody says if he had 700 yards and 5 touchdowns, that's a hell of a wide receiver 3.
Hell of a wide receiver
Absolutely.
3.
Yeah. That'd be fantastic.
That'd be a hell of a year for Xavier Worthy.
Hell yeah, that'd be a great year for wide receiver 2.
Yeah. Yeah, I want Xavier Worthy to have at least that. I need him to do that. Need him to live up to that draft pick for sure.
So where are we, just so we can kind of clarify are we all out on Tyreek Hill?
I am. I don't want
Yeah, I'm out too.
I don't think the Chiefs are.
And then that's the thing. Yeah. Us versus them, Where are you, Mac?
Oh, yeah, I'm out. Did that video change your mind, Dusty? Because I knew before you were kind of in. Yeah, and then yesterday.
Hearing that, because, and again, I don't know how much depth there is into that take that he says, because I've had my ACL and my MCL repaired, right? Like I blew mine when I was 20 years old. And I still don't have feeling like on the right side of my knee on my right leg.
And people will sit there and roll their eyes and go, you're not an athlete, but you had the injury and you know what the rehab is like.
Yeah, I still, like, you could put, and we've done this before, hammered, but like you could put a lighter to the right side of my knee and I won't feel the heat.
Jeez.
Like I just have no feeling. My doctor, Dr. Dugan, shout out to a great orthopedic surgeon, he did it and he goes, hey, right here, the rest of your life, you won't feel anything. And he just started like poking me with like, legitimately, like, not like cutting me, but poking the right side of my knee with a scalpel. And I was like, he's like, are you feeling that? I'm like, no, I didn't even know you started doing it. He goes, you'll never feel that because of the nerve damage that I had. And maybe that's some of what Tyreek Hill is saying, that he doesn't have feeling or he doesn't have strength because it's just numb. Right. Now, again, I think that Tyreek Hill is a freak of an athlete, and I think he can come back. But that's why I asked the question, like, what is his ceiling at this point in his career? Is it 705? To me, that's fine. But again, like, here we are 3 years ago, never questioning Andy Reid. And now we're in the wave of 2026, and we're going back, and L'Jarius Sneed's on this roster. Juan Thornhill is getting talked about to be joining this roster, supposedly from Juan Thornhill. And then you have Nate Taylor saying, guys, I think they're going to go get Tyreek Hill. And it's like, well, we know who controls the ship. He may not drive it, but he's backseat driving. Hey, go this way. Put the sails up. Do this. Hey, Brett, go check in on Ty. See what he's up to. Why?
Yeah, right.
I mean?
But see, like you said 3 years ago, we didn't question Andy Reid. You're right, we didn't. But now we're all starting to see signs of why Philadelphia ended the way that it did. And I think we're all trying to get ahead of it because that's where history comes into play. You don't want to repeat what you did that didn't go well in a new place. And for 13 years, Andy's been great. He gave away the job of the general manager and all that kind of stuff. He's hiring coaches. He's changing things up. We just don't want him to revert back to this feels good because I'm comfortable with this guy when it may not. It's like going back to an ex, right? We've all gone back to an ex because whatever, it feels right, whatever the case may be. And it's not the right decision. And we all know easy. That's the word that I'm looking for. It's easy to go to Tyreek Hill. Doesn't mean it's the right decision. In fact, it's the wrong decision to have Tyreek Hill on this team. You need to move on from Tyreek Hill and be looking at other organizations for some younger guys. Find somebody else's Jalen Royals,
You've got a guy in Xavier Worthy who I know is disappointed in his first 2 years. There's many reasons that aren't under his control for that.
Yeah.
He will never be Tyreek Hill. We've all said that. No one will ever be Tyreek Hill maybe in our lifetime. The way he moved was it's jaw-dropping.
Yeah.
But the things that Tyreek Hill did well, this team really needs, and Xavier Worthy can do that. That little 5-yard quick out that he always ran, you remember that? Xavier Worthy could run that. Getting open quick against man coverage, beating a corner or safety over the top on a deep route. Xavier Worthy has the capability to do that. You've got that in-house. Brett Veach has given you the ingredients. Andy Reid, it's time for you to cook. Let's go. You got Chad O'Shea. We don't need a 33-year-old coming off the worst injury I've seen in my life on the football field. I just don't.
I'm with you. There's nothing I can add to that. I mean, and that's the other thing, too, Mac. You went out and got this wide receiver coach to coach your guys up.
Yes, let's go.
You don't need this guy in here getting in the way. I just don't think there's anything productive about having Tyreek Hill on this roster right now.
913 says it's lazy. 816 says shout out Dugan. He did my ACL as well 13 years ago.
Hey,
there you go.
There we go.
Go, Dugan.
Mr. Dugan!
Yeah, dude, he was great.
Mr. Dugan!
I remember when I was getting ready to go into surgery, the guy came in and he's like, "Do you like margaritas?" It was the anesthesiologist. I said, yeah. I go, I'm only 20. He goes, well, I know the world. He goes, I'm going to give you about 2 pictures of it right about now. I was like, oh, really? And it was just like, it went right in there, and I was like, I don't really feel.
I mean, it does not take but 99.
Yeah, they always do that.
And I told my mom, I was like, I'm going to click this pin until I fall asleep. She goes, okay. And then I got up, and I was like, didn't know where I was. And then my mom goes, do you want to know how many clicks you got to it? I said, what? She goes, 1. I went, wow.
Immediately.
I mean, it was done.
There's
dude.
not a better sleep than that.
Awesome.
I mean,
That's
when you get that
awesome.
colonoscopy and you got that 20-minute nap, you're like,
yeah.
This is the best sleep ever.
So it's, I don't know, hearing Nate say that and knowing his role, does it feel inevitable? Like, does it feel like?
Well, I think it's felt inevitable from the day they got rid of Tyreek Hill in Miami, you know?
So this is like a post-buy ad, or is it even later in the season? Is it week 10? I mean, again, he has no power.
Again, he's got no power in his leg, guys.
The guy predicated upon speed and movement.
He's admitting to this.
Yeah, he's saying it. I don't have it. I mean, you can see him in the video running. He's not cutting. He's running in straight lines. Looks like he's jogging. He's pushing off this left leg. I mean, he is in the beginning of this process. I know Nate Taylor says he's ahead of schedule. Well, that's because the schedule was extremely long because it's a gruesome injury that he suffered.
Yeah, exactly.
Over the age of 30.
Yeah.
Again, Stephon Diggs, 7 of the last 8 years or 8 of the last 9, I don't want to count the columns here, has had 1,000 yards.
Is he safe to bring in, or is there trouble with him off the field that could derail that too, though?
Yeah, that I will not speak to, and yeah, that's for the team to know. So if that's the case, that's fine.
Yeah,
But
like if they're looking at Stephon Diggs in the leagues, like he's probably going to get a 6-gamer.
Like,
okay, fine. Then
I would take him. 6 games. I would take him. That's right after the bye week, pretty much.
Yeah, and then we're back to, this first 6 weeks without Rashee Rice, when we get Stephon Diggs back.
Yeah,
and,
I get that. No, I get that. I don't want that either.
Too, and,
no, I don't want that either. I mean, it's not like Tyreek Hill off the field resume has been the best.
No, not at all. No. But he's not in trouble right now.
Right now, he's not.
There hasn't been stories today
there
about
hasn't.
that. So that's why I'm asking with Stephon Diggs, is there maybe a little NFL sniffing around as to what's going on there? Because it's some wild accusations.
No, it's pretty great.
I mean,
men's wieners.
Wild accusations.
Tickle your tonsils there.
Yep, that's Andy Reid's quote. There. Yeah, I didn't know anything about that until yesterday. So, it also doesn't help that your cheerleaders of your team are tweeting at Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Keep going, brother. And then cheetah, fire.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not just Andy, is what that tells me.
Can I be naive for a second and just say maybe I'm hoping that's just their friend?
Someone they're supporting.
Maybe they're just supporting their guy.
Fair.
I don't know.
Because, I mean, what's more bizarre? LeBron joining the Olden State Warriors, or the Chiefs becoming the old Chiefs?
Okay, New York Post just tweeted about Tyreek Hill.
Oh, okay.
And it says, well, it's nothing new, but it says Tyreek Hill has no power in left leg after devastating injury with return timeline a mystery. And it's two pictures. The left side is him, with the rehab, doing it. And then the right side is the actual injury.
I don't need that.
Dude.
I don't want that.
Is that Sarah McLachlan building a mystery song?
Yeah.
Okay. Man. After this conversation, we are desperate at wide receiver.
I think you're at least desperate for someone proven, or you are desperate for one of those camp darlings that we mentioned last segment to really show up.
Yeah, why don't we let's see how this plays out in camp
goes.
before we decide that and I'm talking to them, before we decide that we need Tyreek Hill.
I don't think Tyreek Hill is even remotely close to being an option. I think it's a topic. I think it's a conversation at Arrowhead. But I think that when you look at where it would line up, your bye week's week 5. You have 4 weeks to see A, how Patrick Mahomes looks on the field in live action, B, what O'Shea has done with these wide receivers, C, what Ken Walker's true role is, like how great he is in this system, and then you have the D option, which is like, okay, what's our record? Are we 3-1? Is this all working? Tyreek, we don't need you. It's been fun, but somebody else can take that flyer. But if they go 2-2 and you're still having the same wide receiver issues, you become even more desperate.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate when you get more desperate.
Yep.
Because then you make loose decisions.
And you make really bad decisions.
Oh, man, we got off to a late start to our trip. I'm going to, crank it up a couple more miles per hour. Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, why can't we see some of these younger guys? Let's see what Cyrus Allen can do.
Yeah. Let's see what Jalen Royals can do.
Right.
Yeah, Jeff Caldwell maybe even. I'll mention.
I'll throw all those guys out there. I'd rather see those guys get an opportunity than to just give an opportunity to somebody who I'm not ready to give an opportunity for, because I don't think we need him here. I just don't.
What other wide receiver free agents are there out there?
That's about it.
Is that really it?
There are a couple names. Curtis Samuel, I believe.
Okay. Oh, Brandon Ayuk's available.
Yeah, exactly.
Last guy I'd want too.
Deebo Samuel still, or no, he's not.
No,
he's not anymore. Yeah, that's an old list.
But you know what? Maybe this is one of those deals where you end up trading FAU for somebody else's wide receiver that's not going to make their roster, right? Like those are the ways that I'm thinking, as opposed to just going out.
Well, who did Nate say? Christian Fulton? Is that
corner for corner?
Yeah, could be a guy that's relieved of his duties.
That's true. Yep. Keenan Allen.
He's a free agent still?
I'd rather have him than Tyreek Hill.
I'd rather have Keenan Allen than Tyreek Hill and Stephon Diggs.
What do you think? You're shaking your head no.
No, I'm not. No, I like this. No, that's great.
Okay.
Keenan's fantastic. I
mean, proven leader.
Yeah.
Definitely a better mentor.
Can get open against man coverage.
A veteran you can definitely count on.
You can count on.
Knows the division.
Yeah, that makes much more sense than Tyreek Hill.
Binkley wanted him last year.
That guy's an idiot, man.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
I like that. I actually like Keenan Allen. I mean, that one makes the most sense out of Tyreek Hill, Stephon Diggs, Keenan Allen. I like Keenan Allen. Why not bring in a veteran? Why not because you got a lot of young guys still, right, in that wide receiver room. So you have a veteran like Keenan Allen. I don't want a veteran like Tyreek Hill. It's not a mentor.
No. Coming up, we give Mac our farewells until we see him Saturday. Plus, Willy Wonka in real life is happening currently, whether you believe it or not, here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
Fescoe and Dusty.
Every Hardee's is closed.
Well, that sucks.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you, my friends over at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control have done an amazing job on our yard, and we love sharing our yard with everybody, and everybody loves coming over to our house because you can sit outside and not get eaten alive by those mosquitoes. That's right. The mosquito dome is now over the yard, and we absolutely love it. It is perfect because we enjoy being outside. We enjoy the outdoors. We enjoy the yard that has been created for us by Aspen Lawn and Pest Control. And in order to enjoy it in its perfect position, we've got to have that mosquito dome so we don't get bit by mosquitoes and our dog doesn't get the fleas and the ticks and all of that kind of stuff. Our backyard is a haven for everybody to hang out. And Aspen took our yard and turned it into a masterpiece. I mean, this thing was awful when we started with Aspen, and now it's the best looking lawn on the block. That's because they have college-educated professionals who know how to grow the best lawns in Kansas City. So it's time for you to get the best lawn on your block. Get in touch with Aspen now, and they'll give you a free estimate and up to half off your first application when you mention this ad. So visit them now at aspenlawn.com. That's aspenlawn.com.
I'm worried. Since your accident, we've got medical bills and you're missing work.
I know. I just don't know where to start.
We call SWL Injury Law the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do.
If they can help us get through this.
We've helped people just like you recover what they deserve. Visit us at SWL Injury Law today for your free consultation. We're the Car Crash Kings. It's what we do.
Visit SWLinjurylaw.com. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
At Farmers, our honesty is contagious.
Wait, am I going to catch honesty?
Well, when you're with Farmers, it's kind of inevitable.
Well, how long does it take to... I lied to you when you asked if I knew what a deductible was. I don't know my dad's birthday, and I thought umbrella policies were for rainstorms. Actual rainstorms. I have it, don't I?
You don't just have honesty.
You have Farmers. Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum.
Learn more at farmers.com. Underwritten by Farmers Truck or Fire Insurance Exchanges or affiliate. Products not available in every state.
Some things can steal your sunshine. Ugh, I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken. Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/team. That's ZipRecruiter.com/team.
ZipRecruiter. There's enough needless nonsense in the world already. Your phone plan shouldn't add to it. Verizon's new Simplicity plan cuts down on the nonsense in your life. Now there's just one plan, one price. $30 a line per month, even for a single line. And everyone gets our best 5G network. It's a phone plan designed to do exactly what a phone plan is supposed to do. Isn't that a lot simpler? Switch today at Verizon.com or at your nearest store. For new customers, $30 per line includes auto pay and switch discount. Additional taxes, fees, and terms apply. Unlimited data is restricted to on-device smartphone usage. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, it's Dusty Likens, and you know baseball's back. BetMGM, the official partner of Major League Baseball, is bringing the high heat all season long. All season long, you can log into the BetMGM app and receive top-tier promos that put you in the batter's box and up the excitement for America's pastime. Step up to the plate all season with Swing for the Fences, the free-to-play game where every swing could score you rewards. We're talking parlay boost tokens, odds boost tokens, same-game parlay boosts, and even bonus spins all season long. And the action doesn't stop there. Get more out of every at-bat and every inning with MLB Same Game Parlay Boost. Stack your picks and boost your potential payout. Plus, lock in bigger value with MLB Odds Boost tokens and MLB Parlay Boost tokens all season long. More boosts, more swings, more chances to win. Download the BetMGM app and step up to the plate today. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLERS. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 and older only. Missouri only. Existing customer offers subject to eligibility requirements. Please gamble responsibly. Final segment here on a Thursday as we get to send Mac off to his wonderful soon-to-be bride as he gets married on Saturday.
Yeah.
Can't wait, man. Cannot wait.
Thank you, guys.
100%, 3 things that will happen.
Okay.
I will dance with your mother. That will have to happen.
Okay.
Number 2, I will 100% compliment the food in the event space that we're in.
Yep.
And number 3, I will probably leak Maloney the location and let him in the back door at about 9 o'clock at night. Holy smokes! Am I late?
No, he's going away this weekend.
I know,
He invented a lake he's headed to.
I actually gave him a last-minute invite because we had some people, RSVP, and then be like, oh, actually can't come. And
Ew. Like, if I got the last-minute invite, I'd be like, eh.
I'd be like, all right.
Yeah, I was like, you were on an honorable mention, and now you're up.
Yeah.
If you want it. Gave Nathan a last-minute invite as well. We had multiple people RSVP and then not come. So.
Oh, wow.
What?
It happened to us.
It's
A couple
insane.
of people, didn't show up on the day,
Stuff happens.
Don't worry about it.
I don't care.
Yeah, you can't.
I
Those
will
people
not
who
care.
did not do that? It was nice knowing you. I kind of hate to be that guy, but,
Did you already get the gift? If so, did they register a gift already? Like, did they already, be like, then it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I wouldn't. Then I
Because,
wouldn't mind.
Larry David says you have a year to give
1
somebody
year.
the wedding gift.
That's
1 year?
the rule.
Okay, good.
No,
1
that's
year.
the rule of thumb. You got a
makes
year
sense.
to give it, and you got a year to write the thank you note. Oh, the other piece of advice, write your thank you notes right away. Do it before you leave for your honeymoon.
Oh, it's just
Seriously.
Sunday, the day after.
We actually did a lot of our thank you notes in bed the next morning when we woke up.
That's nice.
And just got them done because
For some reason, my thank you note won't open.
yeah, why are you going to continue to you can push it off, I'll get it. Just get it done.
never happen, yeah.
It's like I talk to my kids about this. Do it today so you don't they got summer homework to do, right? For these AP classes. Like they
hated
load
summer
you up with summer homework. Get it done now. I don't want to do it now. Get it done now. You know what? First 3 pages took 4 hours, didn't it? Yeah. Glad you got it done now.
Yeah, exactly. Right before, yeah.
Yeah.
That always makes me think of like graduation in high school. Like we had our grad party. We graduated on, I think, a Saturday. And then I remember my mom woke me up on Sunday morning and just put the cards right next to me and was like, you got work to do.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's
And I was like,
it's great. My mother did the same type of stuff. You got work to do. Get them done.
Yeah.
And we were glad we did because then we went on the honeymoon and we didn't have to worry about it when we got back.
No,
Didn't take long.
I know we spent all week, Bob giving you advice because he's the expert. I am no expert to marriage. The longest relationship I've ever had is 18 months. I will say, if I give you any advice, it would be, one, at some point in the night, just have your own moment where you sit back, your wife's not next to you, your friends aren't next to you, Asher's not asking you for anything, and you just sit there and you just look back and you see everybody in the room and you say, you know what, this is why I'm doing this. Another piece of advice I would say is don't get too full. You got a long night. You got an opportunity to get something later on. And my third advice to you is to just know that the person that you're marrying is the right decision.
Oh, 100%.
And you don't have to ever worry about that. Don't have to worry to debate it.
Yep.
Just be like, this is it. This is a reason.
Yep.
She stuck with me. I stuck with her. She's my lady. I'm her man. Let's have fun together and call this thing life. That'd be my advice.
100%. No, I appreciate that. Yeah, and
For sure.
I do. No, I'm so confident in that. Was always so confident in that. And this last month has been, from a personal perspective, extremely tough on some traumatic and family levels. And man, it is shown even more this last month than it ever could. That why she is my person, man. She's been right there for me. It's incredible.
Yeah,
Couldn't ask for a better support system.
And that's ultimately what this is about, right? People can say what they want and how they judge marriages. It's about the two of you supporting each other. And that, again, I'll continue to say, our text thread with the four of us, the only ones that matter.
Yeah, I love that.
And the sooner you can realize that, I wish I would have realized that a long time ago, because when you get married, you're still being pulled by your family, right? You're still not used to, sorry, you got to take a back seat. They don't understand that as well, that it's time for them to take a back seat. Being a boy, sometimes mommy doesn't want to let go. Look at me.
Yeah.
Perfect example, right? Sometimes, your parents don't want to let go, and they have a hard time doing that because they raised you and you've always been theirs, and anything they've needed, it's always okay. But now you're changing, and that dynamic, is going to be different as well. Helps having your dad somewhere else too. I'm not going to lie, because they can't really, get involved in that dynamic of, trying to pull you apart or anything like that, because families get in the way, man. And a lot of it is unintentional, but it wears on you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's still there.
They're used to you being there for every holiday. They're used to her being there for every holiday. That ain't happening anymore. Now the drama starts. And we spelled it out real fast. We were lucky. My parents love Thanksgiving. Her parents love Christmas. Done.
Easy.
I will say,
set it and forget it.
This is good advice from the text line. They said do the thank you notes on the plane.
You can do that too. Yeah, absolutely.
That's a long plane ride. That's a good idea.
That knocks out. And it's going to make you tired. And you'll be like, all right, how many did you do? All right,
no, that's great. That's a great idea. Yeah. But get them done, man, before you get back here.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah. Absolutely. Mail one from Hawaii, so everybody's got a Hawaii little, postage mark on it or something like that. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool.
That would be.
I quote tweeted this.
Most of them would get lost. But.
Right. I quote tweeted this because I said it would be my last day. I don't know if you saw TMZ sent this out. A FedEx worker got the scare of a lifetime after a live iguana burst out of a customer's package and started running around the store.
No
I'm
chance.
out. I'm done. I don't know what else you get worse than that. I'm not questioning it. I don't want to worry about it. Thing hops out of the box, takes off in light speed. It's got better speed than Tyreek Hill at this point. And I mean, there's no chance I'm ever working in that building again.
Why are you mailing an iguana?
Who knows?
Where are you mailing it to?
I want to know why you're mailing an iguana. The other thing that I want to get to is something that's going to take over the world for the next 2 weeks, and I do mean world. You have a real-life Willy Wonka situation going on with Topps Chrome. It released yesterday. Obviously, it's baseball cards and products.
Yeah.
There's a Ohtani card in this. And I mentioned with Ben Maurer earlier, I mentioned it now. I watched Dateline NBC last night for the first time in a while because I was just prepping dinner. It was on the channel. And all of a sudden I hear this, there's a new golden ticket in the world, and it's all about Shohei Ohtani. I'm like, why is Dateline talking about Ohtani? So I look over there. Yes, there is a dual auto. It's him, and it's in English, and then it's in Japanese. And it is two different logos from his jersey that he wore during two different games or whatever it was. I don't know all this. Either way, two logos in the card, two autos of Ohtani. And one of the people that they interviewed said that this card could possibly go for $5 million.
Wow. Is this a distraction from what could potentially be released on Monday with the podcast?
Coincidence? I don't know, but
I want to know this from you.
Yeah.
Because you know this better than anybody, I would think, of the three of us. If this podcast comes out and it's like, oh my God, he clearly was involved in all this, what does that do to the value of his cards?
Nothing now, because most of them are sold. But this one, I still don't think it takes a hit because I thought Ben made a good point where he's like, he's such a face that baseball will do whatever it can to save it. Yeah. And I don't think he's ever going to get in trouble. I said that from the beginning. The fall guy was the interpreter or whatever.
Right.
Like, I know when AAA takes $87 out of my account, it notifies me. I would know for damn sure if someone took $3 million out of my account.
Right.
Whatever it is, we always do the casino quote. Either you're too dumb to realize it or you're in on either way. You got to go. Major League Baseball can't do that right now. They're getting ready to lock out. They don't have a true face. This is their true face. Their market and the value is here. So I don't think the value would shift if anything came out because I don't think anything's really going to come out. I think this is one of those things that's going to be a sell of like, hey, here's what we're going to talk about. And then you'll watch the podcast and you'll be like, oh, they didn't really tell us anything that I didn't already know.
Yeah. I'm interested to hear from the bookie, though, because this is the first time that he is speaking, because you know who else is going to be interested to hear from the bookie? The state of California or wherever this was done. Where's our tax dollars in all of this?
Where's all this money?
Yeah, because that's how you get into trouble. When it gets above Major League Baseball, now all of a sudden the feds are involved because cash is involved in all of this. So I don't know. I think it's going to be very interesting to see. Maybe it amounts to nothing. Maybe it changes the lifespan of Major League Baseball. Who knows?
Mac, if you go rip the pack, Get that Otani card. You can stay in Hawaii for many, many weeks if you'd like.
Yes.
Good luck, brother. I wish you the best. I'll see you on Saturday.
Can't wait.
I'll get there at 4:25.
Happy wedding.
Hey, go do something nice for somebody. You never know. It can change their day, their week, their month, their year. It's simply cool to care. Kansas City, stay kind, stay safe, stay groovy. Enjoy the day. Coming up next, it's Cody Golden.